Welcome to the From the 108 podcast, starring the drunk uncles of White Sox Twitter. He's a Twitter like whore, an Instagram thirst trap, and your grandma's guilty pleasure, Beef Loaf. A West Coast attitude in a decidedly Midwest body, My Sock Summer. And your host, he's sharing obscure music thoughts to give you time to hit the bathroom, Teresa E.
Thank you, Cornsey, and welcome to the From the 108 podcast. Get ready for some baseball, beer, and bullshit. And remember the drinking rules. If Beef Loaf says allegedly, or that he made a video about that, you drink. If My Sock Summer mentions his time on the West Coast or blames his kids for something, you drink. And if I fuck up the intro, which I did not, or make MSS appear to be dumb, you drink. Far. It's $108 tonight for 5 minutes of just one MSS long-form whatever. And of course, you can make all of us drink for $1.08 or more. Speaking of drinking, Beef Loaf, what are you drinking?
I, tonight, have a jar full of what people are misidentifying urines on the internet. They think it is urines, just like My Sock Summer thinks. But right now, it's currently great tasting, less fillings. And back here in my fridge, in reserve, I got Tecates all lined up for the show.
There we go.
I feel like it's the end of the year. We got to get the domestic and then the import beers lined up and just kind of finish up what's in the beer fridge. So it's time for that.
Beef, you got any of those? You gonna have any of those Tecates left over for me when I come by tomorrow before the game?
I'm gonna go out and buy more beer tomorrow. So if you want Tecate, I'll get you Tecate, baby. I got your back. I got your back like a JanSport. All right, my friend.
I wouldn't be mad about it. I wouldn't be mad about it. My Sock Summer, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm having my taste right now, and that's an E.H. Taylor is what I'm having. And then I'm probably going to move to the big bottle of Buffalo Trace behind me. Because
let me see that bottle. Show me that big bottle.
Show me all the 12 inches right now.
Give it to me, Jack. I mean, give me all the 12.
As you know, I have a Rottweiler-sized head, and this is the same size as my head. So it is a big old bottle of Buffalo Trace. It is delicious, and it is definitely going to get me back off the diabetes meds. So we're good.
There we go.
Fight diabetes with bourbon. You got to love it.
Not even really on the diabetes.
Just like the doctors tell you to do.
Yeah. They're well, we had one doctor say straight bourbon on ice is the best thing to do. So, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Chorizo. What are you drinking tonight, and when did you purchase it at the 7-Eleven downstairs?
I didn't go to the 7-Eleven, but I was just telling Beef that I've been working from home this week, and I went out to get beer today, and I realized it was the first time I stepped outside my home since Sunday. So
it's hot. I love it.
I've been living a little bit of the hermit life for the past couple days.
Can hardly tell.
I'm drinking an Arcade Hero from Rev. So this is the... Yeah, so I bought a League of Heroes 12er, so we'll see. 12er. Maybe a different hero or two pop out during the show. But that's always a good go-to, man. It's always like on sale at Benny's too. I mean, on sale for craft beer because it's still like $16 for a 12-pack or something.
Yeah. The MSS with the Revolution. How long will you drink it from when it was actually canned?
You know what? Revolution, when I drank beer, was like really good. There's only been one time.
It stayed fresh longer. Okay.
Remember when we had that anti-hero at Skylark? And I was like, man, this tastes like really malty. And it was like a year old. And we were like, oh. Because we had gone to low res, and we'd done.
That was after the show. We had low res. We did, we did Festivus with Sox Machine, and NWI Steve was with us there, and we spent we were there late, and then we're like, let's stay out. We go to fucking Skylark.
Yep, that's when I heard all about Wally's moves with the ladies. I got the inside track of how he keeps ladies in his life, and I was like, makes sense.
We got a couple. We got a couple drinks, fellas. So this is from Carlos Rodriguez. He says, I heard MSS is a big Oktoberfest drinker. That's true. He loves it.
I fucking hate you, Carlos, but I'm going to drink some of this anyway.
I love you, Carlos. Thank you.
Hey,
you're
you can get some Rolling Rock tomorrow?
I could. If people are down with that shit.
You know what? Just for MSS spreading hate, MSS, you got to read the next comment.
This is from Senior Socks. He says, I'm going to try and kick it tonight. So, baby, tell me what that thing smell like. Cheers, boys. Black Jesus. Hashtag Black Jesus.
Cheers.
Cheers, Senior Socks. Now, where that came from is someone retweeted it. There's a music video. It's from the 90s, Treasy, and it's by Black Jesus, and that's the title of the song. And it's literally at a strip club, and the guy's standing there at the door, and the strippers are walking by putting their fingers up to his nose, and he's smelling every single one of them. Yeah, and I saw the video clip, and I quote tweeted, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I missed this. I don't remember that from the era of the box, Treasy. I don't remember seeing the video. But it was out there on Twitter the last 24 hours. It's cracking me up.
I don't remember that either. I
was disappointed in myself. I was disappointed in myself that I didn't remember that shit.
This isn't like I don't believe that. I don't remember it. It is what the fuck? Where was I? What was I doing?
Is the name of the band group Black Jesus?
I think so. Or maybe that's the name of the album. I don't know, but it's like a video clip or whatever. So
it was actually Rappin' Forte.
No, if it was Rappin' Forte, I probably got that.
We would have known.
Somewhere
we would have.
Yeah, we would have.
We would have.
Come on.
I only know Rappin' Granny.
How dare you?
I'm gonna look.
My sucks summer. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing great. And as I wasn't gonna put it online, but then she did, so I was like, okay. And I was at Costco today, and I'm debating buying a 10-pack of Bobo tea or Bobo tea. Because my daughter is interested in this stuff now. You know that shit that's got like the little
boba?
Yeah, that
boba.
shit.
Yeah.
So they have like some shit.
Boba Fett tea. Got it.
Boba Fett tea. Yep. So I see it and I'm looking at it and I take a picture and send it to my wife because I'm like, it costs like, one of those things costs like $6, right? So I was like, I'll get one of these. It's $10. There's 10 of them, and if she only drinks half of it, see, this is how you save money. And so I get it, and while I'm looking at it, I hear, hello there, and I was like, who the fuck is talking to me? And I turn around, and it's Alyssa Bergamini, and I'm like, what are you doing here?
She had the Plinko.
What?
She had the Plinko board.
What's the shopping cart looking like? What's the essentials she got? Does she have like 50 frozen pizzas in the shopping cart? That's you wonder what other people live like, how they eat or whatever.
So the one thing that I noticed,
can we guess? Because
yeah.
I'm guessing 20 packages of fish sticks and 10 bottles of Prosecco.
No.
Okay.
The 10 bottles of Prosecco was too few, Treasy. 15 bottles.
Okay.
So
this is. I'm just thinking of what I was drinking when I was getting at the store when I was younger.
Yeah. So no, she didn't. And then so I was. I just happened to look in her cart, and then like I see like a thing of Snapple there, but there's a hole in it where like somebody has obviously ripped one of them out, and I'm like, oh, I make a mental note while we're talking. I'm like, you should tell her to take that back because somebody already took one. You shouldn't buy that. Unbeknownst to me, she had already taken it out and was drinking it already. Which
that was going to be my guess. Jesus Christ.
Great move. I love it.
What? You're going to buy it. You're going to consume it whenever, right?
So now,
see, this is why. This is always.
Go ahead.
I got to say this, like, and then like. No disrespect to anyone that does it. It's just always seemed like wild ass behavior to me to start, eating or consuming. Start consuming what you're buying, like unless it's like grapes, because then it's cheaper.
Well, see, that's the thing.
When they weigh them,
I was going to tell you.
You bite half the head of broccoli off, and then you put it up there. It's lighter. It's better.
This is fine because it's like you're gonna pay the same amount whether there's two missing or completely there. Right. Where it does suck is where you were buying grapes or like apples. You can't bring up like 3 apple cores and be like, I ate 3 apples. Just charge me. And like, no, that just doesn't work.
No, you leave those on a shelf. You leave those in the cereal aisle.
Someone's going to find those.
So why, like, you guys are into guessing. Why was Alyssa at the Costco in my area? Why do you think she was there? And it wasn't for shopping for incredibly great wholesale deals.
Okay. Maybe she. I mean, I don't know. She has a cart full of shit, including the Snapple. Shopping sounds
stuff.
like the most likely thing.
She had some stuff, not a lot, but that wasn't the reason.
Okay.
This is where the White Sox get their hot dogs, and she was sent out.
She's getting a couple planks of those.
She had a case of Snapple and 4,000 hot dogs. It was weird.
She was there to get her fucking eyes checked. She was going to the optometrist, and I was like,
okay,
that's crazy that you came all the way here for this shitty optometrist. I was like, hey, this is my guy. You should go see my guy. He's from Marist also, so you guys could have a nice little chat. And then I told her his name, and she's like, that sounds really familiar. And I go, yeah, because he's had like 3 brothers that went to Marist too, so like you probably all know each other. So you should just go there. So she's
now wait, is your guy an optometrist at Costco? Is that what you're saying or no?
No, he's an optometrist.
He's a loyal. Hang on, Treasy. My some are loyal Costco shopper, but then he's robbing them a business because he's telling Alyssa to go to someone else.
Why?
You know what it is?
No.
MSS doesn't want anyone else to have a deal. He wants all the deals.
Not true.
He wants all the deals. Because this is why I can't get my hair cut at the flea market. Alyssa can't get her eye checked at Costco. This is a you problem, not an us problem. All right?
You can get your hair cut there. That's all on you.
You're damn right.
No, I stopped going to the optometrist at Costco because the optometrist at Costco was not good. It's a new one now, but then I stopped going there already. I started going to this guy because he's a friend. He's TJ McFarland's old baseball coach's son, and he opened a practice on 35th and Halstead. So I'm like, I have to go there.
Tracy, shut him up and read that. Read that comment.
MSS always talking out of school. Tim Maher with a great commentary. He says September 28, 2023, both Kurt Schilling and MSS sharing other people's medical information on Al Gore's internet.
You know what? I see Karen Nelson's in here. Let's see here. What makes a good eye doctor? Here's what makes a good eye doctor.
Change the subject.
Not having to go back 6 times and get refitted for contacts, and to go in and be like, oh, you know what? Sometimes that doesn't work very well. My optometrist takes good care of me. Please go to Solo Eye Care. Dr. Greg over on.
Oh, no free ads. No free ads.
Oh,
what the hell?
100 free
He's
ads.
Not paying.
For him.
He's
awesome.
not paying us. What the fuck?
And if you're a female, you should definitely go see him. He's a very good looking man.
More of this shit. You trying to set the guy up too? What the hell is this?
This is preposterous.
This is ridiculous.
I'm sure he has a lady. I'm sure he has a lady. Anyway, I was at Costco today. It was good ass times. Go Costco. Fun times. Saw Alyssa. We both asked each other why we weren't at the game, but hey, that's what it is. So you guys
Nelson
take it
says
easy.
Maybe your eyes are the problem. That's a possibility. Could be.
Yeah. Well, they're clearly the problem because I'm going to the eye doctor, jackass. Jesus Christ.
I agree with SPF. No
Nelson,
free ads. Absolutely no free ads. Come on. Unless they're going to get some of that optometry money. And then we'll add that shit up.
How are you doing tonight? Whose business do you want to plug?
I was going to say, no one. And to be honest with you guys, something caught my eye on the internet. I don't normally talk politics. This is only quasi-politics. It's not really. But it's a story from CNN. And the headline says, Commander Biden bites another Secret Service agent, the 11th known incident. And the article says President Joe Biden's younger dog, Commander, bit another U.S. Secret Service agent at the White House Monday evening, CNN has learned. The 11th known biting incident involving the 2-year-old German Shepherd. Let me put the stats up here. This is from Fox News. There's Commander's biting incidents. Stemming all the way back to October 3rd, 2022, and including the incident most recently from today. This is, in quote, yesterday around 8 p.m., a Secret Service uniformed division police officer came in contact with a first family pet and was bitten. The officer was treated by medical personnel on complex. USSS Chief of Communications, Anthony Guglielmi, told CNN in a statement, the injured officer spoke to Secret Service uniformed division chief Alonzo M. Dyson Sr. on Tuesday and is okay. Commander was involved in at least 11 biting incidents at the White House in Delaware, according to White House and in Delaware, according to CNN reporting and U.S. Secret Service email correspondence, including November 22 incident where an officer was hospitalized after the dog clamped down on their arms and thigh, which seems like kind of a tough bite here. Anyway, the story goes on and on. My question for you guys is, 11 bites, right? Biden's almost 3 years into the term. He's going to be in there for at least another year and 3 months. how many more bites do you think Commander's got in him before before the term ends or before Biden's done being president? Could be another 4 years, and Commander's only 2 years old.
No, so I was looking at the stats that you had up, and Commander had a hot first 3 months out there. He was three bites a month. That's a solid start. But he's cooled off. He's cooled off since then.
He's really cooled off.
Yeah.
Like he's been biteless for like 9 months.
Almost a year. Yeah, almost an entire year,
A child could have been born in the time that he was biteless. So he's really cooled off.
Maybe 2.
You know what I feel like? I feel like there were some sketchy motherfuckers there October through December.
Yeah.
Or October through January. He bit them right out of there. And now he's only going after the guys that are trying to steal his cocaine.
I got to be honest with you, Teresa. You might be onto something because I plucked some comments from Twitter. One comment said, "Let's be honest here. Commander's probably just rooting out the bad agents. He should be rewarded with treats." And the next comment says, "What did the Secret Service agent do?" And finally, a comment from someone that just says, "Good boy." So hey, everyone, they're on your track, Treasy. A lot of people, they trust the dog over the Secret Service agent. And, it's impressive, though. Like, 11 bites sounds like an enormous amount of bites for a dog. What do you think? Like, is that an insane number? Like, I'm trying to remember. Treasy, we had a dog named Pepper. She would bite a lot. I don't know. Would you think she had 11 bites in, 2 years? Maybe, probably, right? Just amongst us.
So it was the other dog, Ginger, which was actually executed more bites.
Are your dogs all named after spices? Pepper,
mostly,
Ginger.
Yeah.
No, not this time.
I mean, Coco kind of in there.
Coco actually is a spice. Yes. Yes.
It wasn't spelled
spice,
like that,
but
though.
it's-
It wasn't spelled like
It
that.
wasn't
though.
spelled. But
Go to
regardless,
the spice cabinet and just be like, what are we going to name this dog?
so but
Garbage
here's the
salt.
thing. Here's the thing with that, right?
No, I have
Ginger
a dog
had
named
some-
Morton. Shut the fuck up, my sex summer.
Ginger had some bites. Morton Salt.
Oh, my God.
Ginger had some
the
bites.
name of a spice, you
Sure did.
dickhead.
Salt
Yeah,
spice.
In each case, it was provoked. Beef, it was either you blowing in her face, or
That's true.
or Vinny Baseball barking at her. And that one was great because she held that grudge for 3 years and then fucking bit Vince. That was a glorious day.
He's small too, like she was, so that's why she probably felt we're about the same height.
They're both compact, ready to go.
I like that somebody thinks you should have a dog named Old Bay.
Oh man, I have a crab named Old Bay.
Just one?
It's a Martian crab. I had 10,
How
but
dare you.
9 of them so far.
Got one more hanging around.
We got a drink from Sean. He says, "Thanks for making this terrible season fun as always." Thank you, Sean. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Sean.
Sean.
Wow, that made me finish my beer.
That he is
MSS, what do you think
great.
about the bites? You hate dogs, so let's
No, I don't hate dogs. I like dogs.
MSS would never have this dog in his house, though, Treasy. You and I would probably be willing. German Shepherds are nice dogs. All right, all
I
is
love
maybe.
German Shepherds.
Yeah, they're beautiful, and I just think it's got to be something to do with the agents, man. Maybe their aggressive manner or something is scaring the dog or some shit.
That's what I think, too. But I also
You know what
think
it is? It's the
kid's a
fucking
puppy.
sunglasses. It's the sunglasses inside. You can't
untrustworthy.
trust someone wearing sunglasses inside.
I also think that he's just a young dog. He was a young dog, and I think the stats support that he's just in there. And I just think it's kind of a crazy thing that would get reported on by that news organization. I think that's pretty interesting. Like, hey, man, this guy, he doesn't even have control of his dogs, so fuck him, or whatever.
I mean, maybe that's the angle, but you know what, MSS? It's so wild. I want to know about this.
Yeah,
if
no,
this
that's
dog
fine.
gets to 20 bites before the end of the term, I want to know. I want to hear the milestone. I need to hear this shit. So,
well, I mean, is there a record? Like, what was?
This has to be the record, right? Who the fuck's dog is biting
would
everybody?
think.
Well,
Yeah.
We don't know.
'cause
We don't know. The 70s were
has
wild.
Has there been another president with a non-pussy dog like a German Shepherd? Because I only remember
Non-pussy dog.
Millie or whatever. Like Bush had a little pussy dog.
Black Jesus
did-
also a
so
pussy
Clinton.
dog. Allegedly.
I don't know. I'm just saying. It's just they're kind of
JFK had-
pussy dog.
JFK had 15 Rottweilers.
Baloney says, who hates dogs more, MSS or Barstool Eddie? I think it's Barstool Eddie. But we were with Barstool Eddie when that dog came up and we were walking through Armour Park with the fellas. And it almost seemed like a fucking setup, right? Didn't it seem like a setup? He like bends over to pet the dog. Like
it was up there with Layla Rahimi's pizza.
Oh yeah,
yeah, exactly. Total fugazi. That was total bullshit. Just like the dog coming up. But we saw it. We were there. I was like, what is this? How did this dog come up out of nowhere? It only goes up to Eddie. Get the fuck out of here.
And he pets it. Oh, what a great dog.
While the cameras are rolling, only.
To be fair,
Total
he
bullshit.
did have some Jax links in his pockets, and that's why that dog went right up there. And he's like, what do you mean you don't bring beef jerky to the games? They don't sell it. You got to have it. I get it.
All right, Treasy, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I had a baseball thought that I wanted to run by you guys because I know
it's too early.
We're gonna talk some baseball, but like we're not gonna get into this stuff.
MSS, you can sit out if you're like it's too early.
It's too early.
And so
you want to peak too soon.
Technical difficulties.
The Sox had this dollar game today, like sold out, whatever. I want some conspiracy theories here on why it was sold out, but the fucking park was empty. Was it scalpers bought up all these dollar tickets because they could buy like 1,000 of them and just try and sell as many as possible and think they make a small profit? Or was it not sold out? Was they just go like, it's sold out, just fuck it, we're not going to sell these anyways, we're just going to call it sold out, and then no one shows up?
Well, go ahead, Loaf.
I think it's more the former, Treasy, and I don't know about scalpers, but I think just random people are probably like, fuck yeah, I'm going to buy 6 tickets, I'll buy them in this section I always want to sit. And then they're like, they never made it happen, being able to go. They call their friends, like, I can't get off. I'm not getting off work for this, blah, blah. Okay, fuck. None of us are going to go. I bet a lot of that type of shit happened, where people just got excited because they thought, because people love deals. They love deals even if they don't fucking need the shit. People will buy some cheap shit even if they have no desire having it at all. And so I think that there was probably a lot of that going on there, and then people just, I couldn't make it or whatever.
Yeah. I tried. I was going to be like, I'm going to go. And then I was like, no, I'm not going. Treasy, that's a good point, because I was going to bring this up too. You don't lie about something like that when there's going to be visual evidence that it's untrue.
Right. Yeah. That's why it was weird if you're going to lie.
You can't pull this stuff out and just be like, oh, by the way, they're sold out. You know what it is. And I said it in the comments section last night on the Pinwheels and Ivy show. You got 7,000 tickets probably already sold to season ticket holders. Then you got another 2, maybe 3,000 people that bought tickets. So there's 10,000 tickets already sold, and allegedly there's 12,000 seats available. There's no way in fucking hell they sold 12,000 tickets. People don't scalp anymore because you don't have physical tickets. So it's like, it's not as easy as just walking out there with a brick of tickets and being like, give me $5, give me $5. You got to go online, and they get a cut, and they get all this crap. I mean, it's just, people do it. Don't get me wrong, they don't do it with the White Sox. They do it in other places where they can actually make money. But, like, this is something, it was just like, there's a weird thing in there somewhere. They're probably like, they're sold out because we're only going to allow 2,000 tickets to be sold, so that we can only use 2 of the 3 parking lots that we have available, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, there were some conditions probably on it. But, again, don't be like trumpeting from the fucking top of the mountain. We just sold this game out in like 2 days, and then we show up, obviously. And there's like 3,000 people there. You know, like, come on. Like
Jerry L. Sullivan says, was Charlie Sheen sitting in right field trying to catch a home run, and he bought out the whole section? Remember,
that's a great story. That's a great story.
Him and Brett Michaels, right?
Yes, they bought I think it was an Angels game, right? Or was it Dodgers?
Game, yeah.
Angels. They bought an entire section in right field just so that they could only sit there. What's funny to me is like,
that is good.
How did they keep people out of that section?
Right. Wouldn't they be going out there? But they looked like shit, too. They looked like they were hungover, just like laying in the seats there. That's so great.
Angel Stadium sucks. It's really not a fun place to go to.
Well, Charlie Sheen's there, so probably, yeah.
That too. Maybe his aides kept them away. Who knows?
Oh! I guess it's time to pay some bills then.
I might as well, before we get canceled. The times they are a-changing. As we welcome in the Chris Katz era on the south side, maybe it's time to make some changes into your garage. And Mazda of Orland Park is here to usher in the new wave of plug-in electric vehicles. Introducing the 2024 CX-90 plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. The CX-90 PHEV can run all electric within a 26-mile range for quick trips or on a flexible hybrid system of combustion and electric for longer journeys. It's a great solution to ever-rising gas prices. It's an SUV without guzzling all that gas. Plus, you're helping the environment. You'll deserve an award for driving this bad boy. Visit MazdaofOrlandPark.com to get all the specs and details on the new CX-90 PHEV. Whether you're from Chicagoland area, Northwest Indiana, or Southeast Wisconsin, they would love to have you visit and test drive a Mazda today. Mazda of Orland Park, home of the Zoom Zoom Nation. 8910 West 159th Street, Orland Park. 708-444-3200. Zoom Zoom.
All right.
It's a good
Guys,
one.
it's
That's
time.
beautiful.
It's time for some White Sox talk.
Oh boy,
And
that's beautiful.
we're gonna do things a little bit differently tonight. We're gonna have we're coming to the end of the year, and we figured we would do a couple. We on the blogs we write the 5 every once in a while. We could have all written these, but we decided let's just give it to you right from our mouths,
Orally,
live.
let's do some oral action.
Yeah.
Oral from our mouths and oral to your ears. The 2 different types of
Aura.
Yes.
Oh.
We're gonna each give 5, but we're gonna go right. All 5 at a time. My Sock Summer is gonna start. He's gonna kick it off. We got some images to go with it, so we'll just get right into it. MSS, what are the 5 things that have disappointed you the most about the White Sox this season?
Coming in at number 5. Replacing Rick and Kenny. And then if for the visually impaired, there's a mystery guy in the lower right-hand side wearing a mask, but some pretty dope-ass Oakley sunglasses. This is my 5th most disappointing thing, mostly because everybody in White Sox Twitter got the most gigantic, enormous, major rager after they were fired. And we were like, yes! Yes, this is going to happen. And why we're having this fucking podcast, Mr. My Sock Summer, that's me, right behind in the back going, boys, I don't even want to bring this up, but this could be really fucking horrible. Just like when we were like, hey, let's get rid of Rick Renteria and get a real manager in there. And then you hired in the second coming of the goddamn drunk devil. I mean, this is insanity. This was exactly what happened. So everyone sitting on the edge of the bed, ready to fucking go to town, and the chick walks in and you just lose, you go limp. This is how it went.
I was mad at you the day of when you brought that up. We do a surprise live stream, and like you're killing my fucking buzz. And sure enough, the report came out from Bob Nightingale the next goddamn day. So even if you hadn't killed my boner, which you did right then, because you're a total cockblock. That's what you are. And then the next day, it dies anyway. So, yeah, absolutely.
It 100% died.
The best was that news came out of, like, it's going to be Chris Getz. And, like, I just went into, like, a total state of denial. Like, you know when, like, your favorite team loses, like, a huge game, and then you're, like, watching SportsCenter later that night, and they're showing the highlights, and you're like, please, end differently.
I was grasping on any tweet that was like, no, it won't definitively be him. I'm like, yeah, we got a chance still, but we had no chance. It was 0% chance. Fuck.
Oh boy,
that's a good one, MSS. What's your next one?
Number 5. Number 4. Tim Anderson, and I have a little graphic, and it's right before Tim Anderson gets knocked to his bum, and it's preseason Tim Anderson. He's all fired up, ready to fight. And then Jose Ramirez is the 2023 season, railing back to, like, just give him a big little tap on the jaw. Folks, we started this season. Tim Anderson is sitting down with fucking our Chuck Garfien and is saying, y'all got to quit talking about us. Y'all got to give us a chance. Y'all got to do this. Y'all got to do that. And then that Tim Anderson left his body and ended up somewhere else. I don't know where he was, but he was not out on that field for the entire year. I don't know what was happening.
Hanser Alberto killed him on the field in Minneapolis. That was the last time we saw that.
It was gone. He was gone, and he never returned to any type of form. I mean, he's had his moments here and there, but this guy needed to come out and be the leader of the year. And just seeing him come out and just stumble and then get fucking dropped, not really that bad of a look as some people would like to say, but he did not do anything that I thought he was going to do this year. I thought we were going to have a tough, run your mouth Tim Anderson, and he didn't. And then the one time that he steps up to try to do it, he gets knocked the fuck down. So I don't know. It's like a fucking season in one inning. It was horrible.
I mean, I would be less disappointed if like he looked injured all season.
Yeah.
Right? But he looks fully healthy, and he looks like he's trying, and this is what fully healthy is for him now. And his trying is this much value, right? Like, so it's really disappointing, because I know a few years ago I was like, this guy's face of the franchise, extend him, make him the first $100 million contract, and we've got the shortstop of the future. And now you're looking at it and you're like, I don't think I want to give him $14 million next year.
I do not.
We're gonna let him go for $1 million.
Yeah,
I'd hand him $1 million and let him walk. I did a video. It's up there on the YouTube page right now. I'm trying to think, boys. Can you even think of another superstar player, a guy who we would have considered a superstar coming into the season for the White Sox, that had such a bad year? I mean, he's going to finish the year almost -2 WAR. I mean, he's so bad. I can't even think of a guy who had as bad a season that you considered a superstar heading into that season.
Right.
You got anyone? Adam Dunn is the closest, but he wasn't. You wouldn't call him a superstar. You call him just a slugger, kind of, and he was, towards the end of his career.
Because this horrible team is the gift that keeps giving, I would say that Giolito was the other one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
we're like,
true.
oh, dude, we give him all the money. Give him all the money. And then it was like he comes out and it's he's just like fucking musclehead guy, and it's not working, and it's like, oh shit, don't give him all the money.
Yeah.
Don't give him the money.
Give me my dick back.
And so I would say he's a near term example. I would say that Paulie had a couple of those seasons, but it wasn't as bad.
It wasn't as bad. No, yes, I agree. And Paulie's last season, but he was 38.
Well,
so that's different. It doesn't count.
Yeah,
right?
I mean
But you're right. He did have some during his prime seasons where Paulie sucked for an entire year.
He did.
Not this bad, but yes, I agree with you, Trees. That's probably a good call. It's probably the closest thing, right?
The 38-year-old season, that's you're going to see a band that everybody's 80 in the band, and you're like, they don't got the energy anymore.
Everclear.
It's like, well, they're fucking 80.
Right, exactly.
Potentially Everclear, from what Bruhan Luke tells me. They just lost it.
They are not 80.
It's not good anymore.
Art's body may be around 80 years old.
With drugs. Yeah. He's got an 80-year-old heart and liver.
It's like when Josh Hamilton fell off. It's like, well, in drug years, he's 75.
That's true.
Yeah, Paulie had a bad year in 2003, and that kind of sunk some of their stuff. And then in 2008, I remember he was banged up, and he also had a bad year that year. And so, his all-in, but it's all-in in 2008.
He had a good year in 2013.
0.9 WAR in that year. So it was bad, but it wasn't bad like this has been.
No. And Timmy's too young to be able to say
You put up Tim Maher's comment that Allen Williams had a better season than Tim. That's rough. You know what? I don't.
He's already out.
He's
already out for the season.
It's not good.
He's been removed from his duties. That's right.
All right, give me number 3.
All right, coming in at number 3. Fan shaming. And if you watch Game of Thrones, a little bit of a spoiler there, but she does not have a hat on, nor does she have a shirt. We've reached new levels of fan shaming, and it kind of goes across all levels of the social media. Everyone is like, why are you still going in this game? Why are you still there? They're coming at us, the guys that go to games. That's our whole thing, guys. It's our whole thing. I just want to let you know that we have a podcast. We have a hot tub show. We have a blog that we sometimes write on.
We did a commercial.
I go there to hang out with you guys. I love baseball. I'm gonna go watch baseball.
And it's gotten to the next level where everyone's like, well, I mean, we got to stop supporting this team or else this crap is going to continue to happen. It's going to happen regardless. This guy has more money than he knows what to do with. He could spend all the money in the world or he could spend none of the money in the world. It doesn't matter. You get in and enjoy it or don't, but you don't need to tell other people to fucking not do what they're doing. So shut the fuck up, fan shamers. You're very disappointing.
That's the way of life, though. Everyone does tell it. Yeah. Everyone says, everyone can do what they want. Then they proceed right afterwards to tell them exactly what they should do that should be exactly like their fucking life. Everyone does that.
Exactly.
People are fucking hypocrites, you know?
Oh, it's bad I will say, but it's okay for the person I know. Yeah,
I shamed some fans. I did some fan shaming this year. I wrote a blog, and it was a fan shaming blog because it was that guy that was sitting over in the Miller Lite section with his buddies, and it was like a tie game in the bottom of the ninth, and his buddies are like, "We're out," and we're like, "Come hang out," and this dude just like flipped the
jumped over
the embankment, got across the river, and came and hung out in our section. And the Sox walked it off, and we're celebrating with this guy, perfect mustache and everything. Like it was
I like that you remember that.
I wrote a blog about that guy.
He's got it in his dreams.
I know, but he's like.
He was looking for a mustache ride. That's why I invited him over. He's the one yelling for him, screaming, "Come on over here, sit on my lap.
Come here. Hey, sailor, come on over."
No. And the kiss, the kiss was a we won the game kiss. It wasn't totally emotional at all.
What about the hand stuff, though? Was the hand stuff? That was because we walked it off.
That was
walk off for the walk off.
I mean, that's
exactly.
That's every walk off, or going to see Beetlejuice, whichever.
Doesn't matter. Tim Myers says, to be fair, Wave sucks. It's technically fan shaming, but you guys are right about that shit.
No,
that's correct.
Tim?
Limited fan shaming. That's fine.
No, it's idiot shaming. Okay, we're shaming idiots. It's totally different. All right.
Wait, you know what? I will say this. I will shame fans of the Wave. If you are fanatical about the Wave, you deserve to be shamed. You deserve to be shamed, unless you invented it.
You know what else?
Only inventors could be fans of something. What the hell?
Of that.
That's ridiculous. Of
that. Beef, it's the equivalent of being a fan of, like, being fanatical about the pet rock. Look, the guy who made money off of it, fine.
Great.
But everybody else, what the fuck? What are you doing?
I will agree. I will agree not to yell at people when they're doing the Wave and we're up 15 and it's in the ninth. I don't give two shits. But when we're at a tie game and we're batting and it's the third inning, I don't want some asshole in 112 going, "Come on, guys, everyone stand up, let's do the Wave." It's like, no, dipshit. Like we're in the thick of it still. Like the game's not over yet. So
they always start it the same way. 1, 2, 3, and then they do this thing where they put their arms up, like as if you don't know how to lift your fucking arms up.
Jesus,
it's the same because it's always the dumbest shit. And I'm watching it. I'm like, really? This is what you're trying? You spent money on a ticket to turn around to the crowd and coach them up to lift their hands in the air. Like it's ridiculous.
It's always the same guy too. Like it's always not the actual same person, but the same guy in general. And you just know. You just know that in his office, he comes walking into like you're sitting around having a conversation. He walks in and everybody's like, "Ah, fuck. What are we gonna hear about today?"
It's like, man, when Jim has his third fucking $12 Miller Lite, he's gonna try to start the Wave. So let's try to make it the seventh inning, okay? Like after we all sing.
Let's leave once he has his third Miller Light. Let's go to a different area.
Jim, first thing on Monday is like, man, fucking Sox game kind of sucked. They got beat, but man, got the Wave going, man. That was sweet, man. It was sweet. Fucking douche. All right. Number 2. The second most disappointing thing that happened to me all year. My fucking $20 dinner of a brat, dry as fuck, with no goddamn onions, and a Diet Coke.
Is that an onion?
Yeah, that's an onion. Yeah, there's a little onion down there.
Okay. It looks like a garlic clove.
I thought it was garlic. I'm pretty sure that
it's so small. It's so small.
I thought it was garlic too. I 100% thought it was garlic.
It's just the size different. It's not really a garlic clove, but it's so small. That's what it looks like.
Listen, fuck nuts. I didn't get garlic either. I would have taken it. All right, I would have taken fucking grilled garlic or whatever.
MSS, you stop. In the original explanation, which MSS was totally right, they didn't have any onions, it was bullshit. He did not mention the brat was dry. I don't remember him saying anything about a dry brat at all. This is an add-on for today.
No, I'm saying dry with like no onions.
Oh, no.
Like no onions on it.
Okay, guys.
No, it was fine.
They had a huge pile of onions, and MSS said, "Do you have any of these?" And it was garlic, and they're like, "No, we don't got that." Sorry.
No, did not happen. And then also they had to look around to find a brat for me. It's the 7th inning. The second to the last weekend of the year, and we don't have a copious amounts of brats still available. Like I don't know. It really bummed me out, and it was like the first thing when you guys sent me the agenda for this. I was like, the first thing that came to my mind. This was This was the most disappointing thing I've ever experienced this season for the most part. But this was like, it was number one. I was so mad that I had to do it. Yeah, garlic brats are good, man.
The comments are absolutely murdering you right
now. Chuck might be right. That might be a shallot.
It could be a
shallot.
I think Chuck is
Lynn, it looks a little big. I think that's an onion, though. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. The point remains, I did not get any, so I can't even fucking identify them to put them on the goddamn thing. So
it's so long since he had an onion, he doesn't know what they look like.
Listen, dipshit.
I don't know what they look like.
You fucking stop it. You guys, this is off the rails. 108 podcast, and I love it. It's good. I'm still on my taste, for Christ's sake. Too many talk, too much
Drink
talking.
up, big boy.
All right, so that number 2. I mean, you guys.
Wait a second. I want to
hang on.
I got to get back to your optometrist because.
Listen, do not go to this man. Do not go to him.
He's as good. I don't think he's as good as you're selling him.
No, that was totally disappointing and weird. How do you not have a fucking onion? The onion's the cheapest thing ever. They could have ran to Cermak and got some onions and thrown them on the grill. It was bizarre.
They should have just ran to Maxwell Street and just grabbed a handful off the grill and come running
back. Yeah, and ran. Exactly.
So Jackie Treehorn, love your movies, just says, I went to a game in May. They were out of dogs most of the game in our section. There was also a dying bird next to my seat. Now,
so you had food.
Hello.
Wait a second. The bird is actively dying? It's not dead? Like, it was just like...
It's in the process of dying, it sounds like, right?
What the fuck, man? Like, did you call somebody? Did you get one of the ushers down there to pick it up with a piece of cardboard and throw it somewhere, or what?
It was laying in a little bed, and there was all these other birds around it.
I just envisioned, like, Brian Knight's running down there, tearing ass and giving it CPR. Like, save this fucking bird.
I think this might flow right into your next. This might flow right into your next one. What's up next, MSS?
Hold on. Jackie responded, when he told fan services about the bird, they said to each other, the birds are back.
What the hell is that?
The dead birds. The dying birds, not the dead birds. I saw dying birds at Mother's one time on North Side.
They're good. They're good. My God.
All right. Are you guys ready?
That was great. Yeah, let's get another one.
For the number one most disappointing thing in this year's White Sox season, I Love the 90s tour. And if you're not watching on YouTube, you should be, because I have made a fabulous graphic of a fat belly woman with I Love the 90s tattooed across her chest. But her belly button is coming through in the 9, and it kind of looks like an eye coming out of
it's
the
winking,
9.
Right? It's winking at you.
And then a winking eye. And then there is a Photoshop gun underneath the gut. I can't. We go. My wife goes to maybe 4 games a year, and one of the ones she likes to go to is country night, and that got canceled because it started raining or got delayed. So we left because she's impatient too, and she didn't get to see that. So then when we were like, oh hey, we're gonna go to see I Love the 90s. We're gonna finally see Vanilla Ice all these years later. Tone Loc. We're gonna have all this stuff. It's just gonna be great. Rob Bass, It Takes Two. They play that at our wedding. This is going to be fabulous. And then it's fucking canceled when Gene Honda says, due to technical difficulties, tonight's concert has been canceled. And I was just like so disappointed, so angry, and also a little drunk. And I was like, this has got to be the worst fucking thing ever. And not only does that then happen, then we don't hear the real story. And then we start hearing all the rumors. And then we become even more of a laughingstock because apparently somebody snuck a gun in to the goddamn stadium underneath their jelly roll stomach and shot themselves and shot a friend, whatever. They came out with a fucking interview tonight with the lady, cleared up absolutely nothing. Still don't really know what happened. And here 8 weeks later, we still have no more information. I don't know if there's an actual, thing going on. I don't know.
So MSS, you listened to the interview. You heard it.
I did.
I was like, I saw ABC put out a transcript of it. So I just read it, and shame on NBC or ABC. I'm reading it, and it says, it wasn't a couple moments, there just is her quote, and it's like, It wasn't a couple moments later that somebody mentioned that there was a bullet found a couple rolls down. She said rows. You wrote rolls, ABC. You wrote rolls.
Just cuz.
You sons of bitches. You knew what you did.
You know what you did. I don't know. It was just it was seriously the most disappointing part of the entire season to me, because all hope was lost on the field. I mean, that was lost early. So we can't even be like, oh, well, I really wish the Sox would have been in playoff contention. They never were. Didn't even get close. Didn't sniff it. Didn't even sniff it like Black Jesus. So this guy,
exactly.
This was the last hope that we had. And the watch the Sox fumble the ball on this, like, just in front of everybody, and at such a national public level, is just so goddamn embarrassing. And it also gave Aloha Mr. Han a little bit of, he won over me, because I was like, no, they're going to come out and they're going to say what it really was. And they never did. And it's really disappointing. So, you guys, thoughts?
Oh, I got a question for you on this, because
Sure.
I heard how you framed it. I heard how you walked us through this. Are you disappointed about the gunshot, or are you disappointed you missed Vanilla Ice more? Because it felt like Vanilla Ice was the real thing. You didn't care that there was an active shooter in the park. No. The missing of Vanilla Ice was more than you could bear.
Treasy, Rob Bass and Tone Loc and Vanilla Ice all in the same place. Like, I only got to hear 6 songs, and it's like I don't even have to fight for parking. None of that shit. I'm already there. Like, I already paid for the ticket. It's free. Yeah, that was the most disappointing part. I'm not worried about shootings. Happen all the time. Live in Chicago. I don't give a fuck. It happens. All right, great, whatever. We'll move on. We'll move to the next thing. But yeah, no, that was. Not being able to watch washed up SARS from the 90s, rappers from the 90s, was way more disappointing than some jackwagon.
Okay, I just wanted to.
In the leg. Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure what 100%. You were disappointed about, because
great job, MSS.
It wasn't 100% clear. Wasn't 100% clear. And you know what?
To be clear.
I kind of agree with you. I think you sold me. I think you sold me.
If she got hit by the magic bullet from 42nd and Wells, okay, I feel bad for her.
So be it.
But like she couldn't even really come up and just say that. Yeah, this is what happened. It still sounded.
Well,
I was scared because there's a shooter somewhere. What do you mean there's a shooter somewhere,
Chuck,
bitch?
Chuck, we will get to you. We will get to you, Chuck.
We're gonna get to you, Chuck. Don't worry.
Oh my God. He's been back. That woman said, she's like, so she's potentially a season ticket holder. Because she's like, I've had tickets to other games and I have not gone back because I'm too afraid that I might get shot again. And I want to be like, okay, Chuck nearly died. Like, not just some bullshit little surface wound that you have on yourself. And he's been back 17 times. Like, he's like, he's like daring people to hit him again. And he's still coming again. So
he gets in the street and he's like, come at me, bro.
You should call this lady and let her know that it's safe. It's all safe. Don't worry.
Our guy CJ with a great comment here. He says, come on now, Teresi. Vanilla Ice only gets so many nights off work at Subway.
Oh, wow.
Oh shit,
man! It's just surprising. It's just oh. Dude, Mailman Jack, the ninja Beef. Rap is the worst one. Oh God, so
Beef. Let's get into your 5.
All right, let's go, baby. Number 5 for me is something very specific, a specific person. And that is John Greenberg. I'm sick and fucking tired of seeing his stupid-ass White Sox tweets. First,
oh my God,
the guy kills the podcast White Sox Business from The Athletic. He gets rid of Tom Fornelli. He fills in for Tom with James Fegan. The podcast sucks. Fast forward to 2023, they decided to fire James Fegan. And then all of a sudden, he's sort of taking the masthead of Sox stuff, and he's just being a snarky jerk the entire time. And look, I know the White Sox are embarrassing. I don't want to hear it from you. I'm sick of seeing your tweets about this shit, and I don't follow him, so it's coming in my feed. So some of you out there are retweeting it, or for some reason, this bullshit is getting in my feed. I absolutely cannot stand it. I hate non-White Sox fans dunking on Sox fans, especially people who are local. Stay with the North Side. Stay with that tire fire that's coming down the stretch. You enjoy that shit, okay? Leave the White Sox out of it.
And it's more annoying because
Shut the fuck up about the White Sox.
I like Greenberg in general.
I do too.
Like,
that's
I like
the annoying
him.
part for me, yes.
And then it's like, you know what? We want Fegan. You took Fegan from us. We don't want you. Just give us nothing now. You chose.
Shut up.
You guys chose nothing. Give us nothing. Don't give us something we don't want. Right? I'd rather starve than be fed the cat poop that Ron Burgundy's getting.
That's right. Absolutely.
Oh man. Yeah, no, John Greenberg can go fuck off. I don't like reading his stuff either. And like while I'm reading all this stuff, because like, and I'm sure he's doing numbers, I start to think that maybe John had a vendetta against fucking, James Fegan. He's been gone so long, I don't even remember his name. Go get your shine back.
Even though I just said it like 3 times.
I know.
And he's still writing. Like we're still getting Fegan articles.
He's his Sun Times are filling in for people,
It was usually behind paywalls. I don't pay for that shit. I already paid for
All right,
Athletic.
I'm going to walk you through how to get around paywalls.
I was going to say, you got to hit him up. I mean, what the hell? The cheapest guy on earth does not know how to do this, Trees. That's what's shocking for me right here.
I got to.
He was gonna be my my frugal messiah here. He don't know shit. It sounds like he's.
I think I got to do like a Dr. Rick course for White Sox Twitter, because someone was hitting me today like, hey, voting this thing because I got to put my email in. And it's like, dude, you don't got to put a real email in there. You just
well, I know that.
Just throw it out there.
You could put. You could put, beef at farts.com. It's going to work.
Hey, CD44 says...
I love that one. I like that one.
CD44 says, Greenberg and Kevin James polluting feeds. Yes, I can't stand either right now. I need all of them. Kevin James and Greenberg the fuck out of here. I don't want to see either.
It gets really frustrating, though, too, because they're like, oh, well, no one reads your stuff, Fegan, so we have to get rid of you. And then, all these national stories come out about the White Sox. It's right afterwards. It's
yeah.
There's a market there, dipshit.
And Greenberg's also a Hanbot. He's a Hanbot, too. He had 2, pro-Han tweets after he got fired. It's like, bro, get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? Get lost.
Get the pooter out for that, because we got to hear that for that. But real quick on the Kevin James things. Real quick, because, Beef, I got to defend you here for a second.
Oh, bless your heart.
I'm looking at all these people tweeting the Kevin James thing, and I'm looking at him going you're young. You don't realize how annoying this gets after, 2-3 movies. It's it's not good, and you're going to regret all of these tweets.
Absolutely. All right, number 4.
Good stuff.
And this happened recently, but it's just more a condition of what's going on with the White Sox as the failing season is coming down. On the Saturday game, on television, mind you, I had the displeasure of hearing Darren Jackson and Connor McKnight call possibly one of the worst games I have ever heard called in my entire life. It was literally bad enough. I'll put that back up for a second. It was literally bad enough that Mrs. Beef was like, this is horrible. What are you listening to here? Yes, this is horrible. And here's the thing. I like DJ in general. He's kind of goofy, but he's fine with me. And Connor is whatever. He's just like a standard play-by-play guy.
Like
I don't have any ill will against his delivery or anything. But the combination of the two was like two shitty ice creams coming together, like making the worst possible Sunday you can have. And I'm listening to it, I'm like, this is awful. The timing's off, and then Connor's trying to shove like added wins probability plus the DJ, and he's like, he doesn't know what the hell that is, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here, man? Just keep fucking calling the game and shut the fuck up about all this stuff. And like, DJ's way off on his timing with it's like, bro, I'm like, and I'm watching, I'm thinking, they couldn't get Len, they couldn't get Jason, they couldn't get Stoney or any other professional in here to do this instead of these fucking knuckleheads. So just upset the shit out of me.
MSS, I got a question for you.
Professionals.
When you saw that, when Beef sent out the agenda, right, and you saw this thing, right, you thought to yourself, what has been disappointing to me this season? Did you for 1 second think this is Beef's way of going scorched earth on everyone related to the White Sox?
100%. I mean,
I should have seen it coming. I should have seen it coming.
This is what I'm ingesting, boys.
I love Connor.
I do not hate Connor.
All the way back.
I love the ire. I love the ire.
I'll be honest with you. I was mad at Connor. In the past for a live event that we did. We don't need to go into the details of why. But I'm over that now. I'm fine with him now. And actually, I'm fine with him on the radio. I heard him on the radio. He seems fine.
Good.
I don't have a problem with it. Yeah. But this particular broadcast, I don't know. Maybe they were both drunk. I have no fucking clue, but it was really bad. And it was just like, this is the end of the season. No one gives a fuck. Even the guys getting paid to talk about the game give no fucks is what it sounded like to me. It was so bad.
Listen, he's trying to do like a good, like he's just trying to do too much. Like that's what I got from it in the little bit that I listened to before I fell asleep. But I was just like, he's doing too much. You don't have to do this much. Like, just chill out. Like, just, like, let it go. You don't have to, like, cram 87 things in. And while I'm listening to it, though, I'm also like, this is probably his audition because Jason Benetti's not hanging around for forever. And this is what we're going to get. We're going to get a Connor McKnight. So maybe get all his shit out on the shit season because he's probably coming in the door soon. And I don't know. It's kind of meh. And then it's going to sound like everything else, but I don't know. People hate Benetti too, so
we got a cheap ass org. We're getting AI before everyone else. fucking robots up there. Hit caught. Beef,
how about that weather? That weather is great. I love weather.
What do you got next, Beef?
Number 3, guy who's been disappointing me all year, Oscar Colas. I put money down on this guy to win the AL Rookie of the Year, and the printout on screen that you guys see is all the right fielders with at least 250 plate appearances. That's right. Oscar Colas is the worst fucking one, hitting-wise and total value as far as WAR. Negative 1.3 WAR, 52 WRC+. Plus. Just a shit stain on the 2023 White Sox. Please ignore that Gavin Sheets is also right there, very much next to him, because Gordon Beckham claims Gavin Sheets just needs to play more. But Oscar Colas, to me, was like the savior. He was gonna hit for power. He was gonna be refreshing out in right field. He was gonna be able to play the position. He shows up. There's no power. He doesn't know how to play the position. He kind of knows, but he makes a million mistakes, misplays balls. He has a great arm. He never hits the cutoff. He's throwing it all over the goddamn place. I can't, you brought up Tim, my Sox summer, and he's a very disappointing player. But to me, for my personal expectations, because the White Sox haven't brought up anything that's been worth the shit from the minors as far as position players, my expectations for Colas was, okay, at least a solid guy who hits a bunch of home runs, and he was absolutely awful. So much so that Pedro Grifol, that's the only guy he fucking picked on. So, that's how bad he was. Total disappointment to me.
He did pick on him, which is weird because it worked with Luis Robert. Did not work with Oscar Colas. Maybe he was just meaner or something. I don't know.
How much do you think Oscar Colas costed White Sox Twitter in futures bets? I'm going to say an easy 10 grand.
Yeah, I would say 5 figures for sure. 5 figures. A lot of people were on that
high
for
on
sure.
him. I wasn't that high on him, but I know you definitely.
But you don't bet either. You don't bet, so it doesn't. So this one you don't figure in on MSS. You don't bet, so it doesn't matter.
No,
but part of the bet when you have a situation like this is if you know the guy's just going to get the job,
he's going to
play.
You're
like, then okay, we're going to get the reps. If he does something with him, then we're gold. We're good to go.
He did nothing.
We were not good to go. He got the reps. They were bad.
John Carney says Colas killed 17 podcasts. Minimum.
Thank God.
Minimum, John.
So
all right,
funny.
5 figures down the drain of cash. 17 podcasts murdered on the spot.
What's up next, Beef?
Number 2 is something that really affected you and I together, Treasy.
Oh,
and
shit.
that is the price of beer at the ballpark has gotten outlandish for just the two of us buying beer. Just a beer for each of us, Treasy, with a proper tip, because we like to tip our peoples well. I mean, we're running $40 for 2 beers a lot of times. $35-$40, somewhere in that range. I mean, that's untenable. I mean, doing that all year is ridiculous. And the White Sox, this is their opportunity really to trot out, hey, season ticket holders, 10% off all of your purchases, 20% off your purchases,
20.
You know, whatever, and give us a frequent card or something we can build points so we can get some freebies on there, because the cost of having 4 or 5 beers at a game, I mean, you're over $100 with tips and everything.
We're coming down at the end of the season. The last game we were both at, we went down to the Craft Cave, and luckily they had the old, really old beers that were disgusting on sale.
Yep.
for a cheap price. Otherwise,
6-month-old IPA.
it was going to be menace to society down there for me to get a beer. You have to go around the corner and work something out.
That's right. Terrible.
I mean, listen, as I talked about the brat and the Diet Coke for $20, it makes me not want to spend money at the park. It's just because I'm not getting any of the bells and the whistles. Like, normally when you spend a little bit extra on something, you get something extra, right? You don't expect the $20 beer to have been sitting on the shelf, maybe warm, for 6 months, and then they cooled it down for you that night and then try to give it to you, and it tastes like a monkey's asshole.
Well, in fairness,
I will tell you,
our peoples take care of us. They always make sure we got fresh of what we're drinking that's coming through.
The cheap ones in the Craft Cave, the one I will say, MSS in their defense, it did have onions in it, so that was good.
So fuck you, no shallots either.
But what is it? I mean, you're not taking care of the people that you're supposed to be wanting to purchase stuff. That just seems really silly.
Andy's right.
Andy.
We're gonna put our beers on layaway in 2024.
Guaranteed rate beer
go down,
financing
man.
in 2024. He says, I love it.
Those $5 beer nights, they do good. They should continue to do the $5 drafts. Or
Yeah,
$7
I started doing it because the beer's so expensive. I'm like, fine, give me a Coors Light draft instead. You know, I can't get it.
I had a
Modelo
Coors Cutter
draft for $5.
I had a Coors Cutter.
Can you
You
get
can,
the Modelo
just-
for $5?
Yeah, just not at the stand up by us. They got them in other
Okay.
places, but yeah.
But that's a
I don't.
good deal, man.
I'm not walking all over the park. I'm going to go right where by me. I want to watch the game. So
I bought some beers, for the tailgate on Saturday. Modelo is like as good as gold. I mean, that shit is expensive as all hell, man.
It is.
it's
man,
pricey.
It's expensive. Now
not
you got to buy
cheap.
Tecate.
I should have
That's
bought
right.
Tecate.
Take that Tecate, baby.
My bad.
What do you got next, Beef?
Boys, number 1 and final. And it's too bad because this, on his way out, this is a guy that I probably stuck up for him more than a lot of other fans did. And that is Kenny Williams. I'm putting the old meme up there, the deep fried version of the meme. Kenny Williams on the way out, trading Jake Berger off of this team for the myriad of reasons of pure value where it didn't make sense to me, but also just because it's not a good team. We have hardly any home run hitters. He was doing that stuff. He's a lot of fun. If you're just in the ballpark watching the games, it's fun to watch a Jake Berger play. And the fact that he dealt him kind of in the middle of the night, basically, as they're getting whisked off, him and Rick Hahn are going away, and he gets on the phone with Kim Ng and gives away Jake Berger. And maybe Jake Eater will come in and end up being a good pitcher for the White Sox. But right now, in 2023, this shit disappointed me immensely. We were driving to Cottage. I was so fucking bummed when we got there and found out that he was traded away. So for me, that was the number 1 disappointment. It's been a bad year, but removing a player like that who has a future here from the team made no sense to me, and I really just hated it from a fan rooting standpoint.
Very marketable player too. I will throw out there.
Well,
probably the most
obviously now.
marketable guy you had.
Yeah.
And the Marlins have cashed in that tenfold. So
No question.
motherfuckers. Go ahead,
Missy
Treasy, I'm
says
sorry.
Jake Berger is in a better place. No, he's alive. He's alive. He's fine.
I don't know
He
if
got
my
thrown
name's
out of the
on
game the other night. He threw he got thrown out of the game.
They're currently out there in a delay. They're up 2-1 though, and the Cubs are apparently just losing right now. So that game looks to be over. So the Marlins may very well make the playoffs. We may see Jake Berger in the playoffs. So good for Jake. But Beef, I agree with you, man. fuck Kenny Williams on this last move. This and I like Kenny Williams.
Me too. Generally,
if he didn't do that, it would have been very easy for me to just go like, you know what? Yeah, the end of this sucked, and maybe he was interfering a little too much in the draft. Maybe he was getting into things that he shouldn't get into in those last years. But fuck it, man. He was always ready to try and put a winning team out on the field. He was always trying to do that. It didn't always work, but he was always trying to do that. He wasn't wait 3 years and then the parades are coming. He was always we're not gonna rebuild. We're gonna get
he turned it over. He would turn the roster over.
I like good at that.
Yeah.
I like that, and I liked Kenny Williams. Last trade, it's like the Robin Ventura, like the stain of Robin Ventura's managerial career on his actual baseball career. You know what I mean? Like it feels like that right now.
He was a great player for the White Sox, but the fact that he managed, everyone's like, "Oh, fuck Robin." And
maybe it's just a fresh wound. Maybe it's just a fresh wound, and like it'll go away. But like I'm with you. That
it'll go away. Pedro will make sure it goes away. Like with how shitty he is, but he didn't have a really good career baseball wise. I don't think so.
No,
a little different. I'm kind of indifferent to Kenny Williams, but yes, that last move was a total jackass move. That sounded like a salty, cut that motherfucker because he's not going to be good on this team. And then he was good on the team, and he's like, you're embarrassing me, so I need to get rid of you. And to remind everybody that we were right. And we'll just make you disappear, much like the secret shooting bullet thing. Like we'll just not talk about it and let's go away.
We'll get to that again. We'll get back to that.
For sure.
Let me get into mine, guys. If you'd be so kind
pay
to
some
let
bills.
me jump.
Can't wait.
I'll pay some bills.
I will fucking.
Fist you is what he said. You'll probably love it.
Pay for that, so that'll be
see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
I can't wait.
Can
Show up to Beefs before the game tomorrow.
Or you come through here. I'll make you a drink.
Number 5 is Andrew Vaughn for being mid as fuck. All right. Now here's the problem with this guy. Here's the problem. There's nothing I like more than Beef Loaf being wrong. And Andrew Vaughn went out this season and is so fucking mid that Beef's right, but also people think Beef's wrong. And so now I'm having to side with him. Andrew, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. This just it's off.
Tracy, I would have put him on my list, but I told you guys he sucked already. Okay, so he hit his 21st home run today. People are like, he's got 21 home runs and 80 RBIs. And those 80 RBIs, decent, all this stuff. When you match up against the other first baseman, it's not that great. Mostly everything he's doing is like pretty bad for the starting first baseman in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I saw this guy, I forget his name, but he's a murderer. He tweeted at you the other day about Andrew Vaughn being second on the team in extra base hits, and it's like, yeah, but he's like 80th in the league. Like that's
it's like, who cares?
He's just on a bad team. So he's second on a bad team.
Being the
right.
second dumbest person in the room. You're not the number one dumbest, but you're the second dumbest. So you're still pretty close.
Ian's right. He says if he was a second baseman, his numbers would be dope. That's true.
Yeah, but he can't even play first base.
That's right. He's getting a little bit better at first.
He is not good at first base. I wanted to tweet on Tuesday when he missed the ball. There was like something else. I was like, man, if he was 6 foot, he would have got that. And the motherfucker be lying about his height. So I also had Andrew Vaughn, but I was like, I had 6, so I was like, I'll get rid of that one because you have it. But yeah, I mean, we were told it was because he was in the outfield and he was learning to play a new position. He was out of there. That's why he wasn't good. That's why he couldn't hit shit. No, he still can't hit shit. He's still not good. And it just, I don't know, it's just disappointing because, everyone's so high on him and they're just like, oh, he's great, and even today in the broadcast, they're like, oh, he works so hard. He's out there working so hard. And it's like, no, I mean, maybe he is.
Out of here.
Maybe he is, okay?
Well, work harder because you need to be better.
He's such a hard worker. Why did he fall apart at the end of last season? Right?
And the season before too.
And also, Teresi, if he's such a hard worker and such a nose to the grindstone guy, why is he growling at me when I just say, "Hey, good morning, Andrew"? When we're in the fucking
it always
hotel
comes back to this.
This motherfucker. You could at least say hi. You just at least say, "Yeah, okay, hi."
Maybe he thought you were me, and that's why he got upset. Maybe people think we look alike.
Number 4 on the list,
enough.
guys. Number 4 on the list.
Oh, man.
We got 4 hurt in a hit and run outside guaranteed rate field. Our guy Chuck, gracious enough to come on the podcast, and he's in the comments tonight.
Yeah.
Chuck, we're glad you're doing better, man. We appreciate you coming on and everything, and we hope that you're well. But where I'm disappointed is in the fucking traffic people, because
They still don't give a fuck.
I figured we come back the next day, they're going to be on high alert. No. They have the fucking communication of the Bears offense. One motherfucker's telling me, yeah, let's go. And cars are flying through because another guy's like, yeah, go. It is outrageously bad. And it's like, you just had a fucking accident. You got 0 on the days since accident, and you can't get your shit together.
No awareness, no idea. Nobody's alert. What the hell? The wildest shit ever. And the fact that there are obvious solutions to this, and that allegedly Nicole Lee, the alderman, met with everybody and they didn't do a goddamn thing. Like nothing. It looks exactly the fucking same as it's always been.
They said they weren't going to do anything. Like, she legit said there will be literally no changes because we can't shut down these streets. Because
can you use competent traffic guards then?
You do.
Right?
Like, I mean, my God.
Well, for the marathon, they shut it down. Why the fuck can't you shut it down?
Because they're fucking idiots.
It's stupid.
They're fucking idiots. You can literally go up. Hey, why do they put the goddamn cones out at noon before a 6 o'clock game? You know, like,
exactly. You can't get in there.
I can't even get on the goddamn expressway sometimes because they got cones there. And luckily, one guy will take one out so then I can move in there. But it's just like, it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There is no need for all these cones right now. You can put these out later. It's because you're in a fucking union and you're paid and whatever. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Don't shit on
unions. We're union strong.
But they're like,
let's
hey,
take it easy.
the sooner I get this done, the sooner I can leave. So I'll do it at noon, and then I can fucking go hang out at Lawrence's Fishing. Whatever.
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
Calm down, you scab.
Inside baseball here. With Chuck was great, and he came on an interview. But, Treasy, you were out that week from the podcast. MSS and I are like, bro, I want to ask Chuck to come on. And we're like, dude, are we overstepping our bounds? Are we being assholes? Like, and I'm reaching out to Chuck, and he's like, I'm in the hospital, bro. And like, I'm like, fucking. He's like, but I'll do it if I'm out of the hospital. I was like, and we were never so excited as that morning when he's like, guys, I'm getting out of the hospital. I'll be on the podcast tonight. We were like, yes, we want to talk to this guy. And he was awesome. He was incredible.
Absolute legend. Absolute legend. I was out of town, but I fucking
crazy.
I found a way to be on to watch that part. And like I remember I think we were on a cruise at the time, and like I came back to the room and I'm like, I'm watching this shit, and I watched it, and I basically ran out of there like a madman, and like found quarantine. I was like, you will not believe this fucking story. This is fucking insane.
It's insane.
It was really good.
But guess what? When we get back, it's going to be just as bad.
Man,
luckily Chuck's okay. He's been out there running miles and shit, you know?
When we walked across there one time with Quernsey, and like the 3 traffic people were leaning up against the barricade texting, and Quernsey was like, "Oh, is anybody gonna tell us when to go? Is anyone gonna watch what's going on?
MSS
is anything?" I'm like, "You go, girl." And then like,
MSS,
this is how
thank
it is
you.
Every fucking game.
Thank you for the perfect segue to another motherfucker that I don't know what he does, and Mike Tosar.
Yes.
You don't honestly. You don't even know if that's actually Mike Tosar, because this is the guy that was like he's gonna do all these great things, and he fixed this guy, he fixed that guy. We were buying it. We were buying into it. We were like, oh man, maybe he could do something with Romy Gonzalez. Maybe do something with one of these fringe guys. That'll be really cool. I don't know what the fuck he did, but I'm pretty sure he did nothing.
Tracy,
like,
I've never the other day.
I've never had a guy who didn't have an actual job title be so hyped and then deliver nothing. And we should have known it. I'm disappointed in me for this.
I wrote 1,500 words on the guy, Tracy, on what he did in Kansas City and these hitters he helped and all this shit. And I went looking back on it because I was like, okay, that whole thing was like they got to lift the ball more. They got to hit more fly balls. And a couple guys improved in their fly ball rate, and one of them being Luis, obviously, and that's helped tremendously.
Very good.
But a bunch of guys went way the wrong way, including Tim Anderson and Eloy Jimenez being the worst.
We'll get to one of those guys. We'll get to one of those guys.
So, I mean, like, it was, what did this guy actually do? And even the guys who lifted the ball, like Gavin Sheets is one of them. He didn't do shit this year. The only guy who really performed was Luis out of the guys that started lifting the ball. And I have no idea if Luis even knows that guy's name or not. I have no clue if he ever even talked to the guy in his entire life.
I mean, you look at Luis, right? And you're just like, you see Luis with his shirt off. And then someone goes, oh, I helped that guy. Did you?
I'm his personal trainer.
Told him, don't eat Domino's.
I told him to stop eating Domino's. Exactly.
Fucking Mike Tosar, Marco Patti, they're all hanging their hats on Luis. It's like, well, maybe not, guys. For number 2, we got I'm running this one back. MSS, you already talked about this.
Yeah.
But the titty gun. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
How are we not figuring this out? How are we not even close to figuring this out? It's fucking insane. But it's not that disappoints me, because that's disappointing on its own, and MSS covered that part very well. Here's what's disappointing to me is that to another one of MSS's, we got the right guys fired. You bring in a GM from inside. It's already bad, right? That's already a bad press conference, and Jerry's got to start it. Jerry's got to start it with, there's no possible way there was a gun in the stadium. Really, motherfucker? Because my Sox Summer walked into the stadium opening day, and no one checked his ticket. Just walked right the fuck in.
100% true.
No ticket checked. You think you got any gaps in your security game? Because I kind of think you do.
Un poquito.
So I'm disappointed in just the utter lack of care that goes into any of our security at the game.
Lack of care.
Man. I mean, they do care about certain things, like trying to purchase bobbleheads from people for $5 by the stairwell. They don't like that. They don't like it when you try to bring in a plastic bag. Anything in a plastic bag, they don't like that because it's not acceptable to bring bags into the park except for that one bag, and then you have to have kids with you to bring that one bag in. So they do kind of catch things, and that was part of the hurt and the disappointment, Chirizi, when to have all this go on and no one has ever, even tonight, the story is not changed. It's the same thing, and it's like it did not give me any details. It did not help me do anything. It's just like, what the fuck? This is sad, and it's just disappointing. It's just disappointing.
There were people in a very public place with a shitload of cameras who ended up with bullets in them. And
right.
The police are like, who done it? And Jerry Reinsdorf's like, couldn't have been us.
Wasn't our fault.
Space bullet, baby.
Everybody's got their fucking... Yeah. Someone shot that bullet 600 years ago. It just finally landed on Earth. It's fucking wild.
Maybe it was a Martian bullet.
Read a comic book sometime.
Marvin the Martian. Ba-boom.
I got one more. And this one hurts me.
Number one.
Guys. This one, baby. I don't think anyone on the internet has been more of a supporter of Eloy Jimenez than I have. I've predicted 74 home runs for this motherfucker for multiple years. Beef has this meme that goes up all the time.
I updated it for 2024, my friend. Don't worry. It's loaded up. It's ready to go.
And I'll do it again. And I'll do it again. And I'll get hurt again. But Eloy played enough games where I was like, this should have been a good season. Right? We know he's going to get hurt. But he's played 117, 118 games. And the numbers aren't terrible. right? It's not like he's had 18 home runs, got like a 770 OPS, but the 53% ground ball rate is just something I cannot get. It's the worst in his career. Like, he's gotten worse at that. Like, he does it more often than before. And it's just like, you're regressing. And you're young.
Yeah.
You're young to be regressing like this. Like, you should be on the upswing. You should be hitting 40 home runs if you're the DH. Yep. And this is where the Andrew Vaughn thing comes back to. Is like, people talk about these are fine seasons. These are not bad. What's wrong with Andrew Vaughn having 21? You get 39 home runs out of your first baseman and DH. That is fucking terrible. Yep. Each of those guys should have that many home runs if you're going to be competing for a World Series. Like, it's 18 home runs is, I mean, that's fucking garbage left fielder home runs. Like that. Like that's what I would expect with what you're paying Andrew Benintendi. That's what I expect him to hit. Right. That's what he should be hitting out in left field with the little guy hitting those with his gigantic mitt. But like,
little guy.
Eloy should be hitting 40 home runs. And the fact that he's not even coming close to that, the fact that he's not even halving that,
right?
Like, I'm just disappointed. I'm sad. Like, I'm like, this is a guy that I was like, you know what? Everybody shits on him. Like, he's goofy and he doesn't seem to be trying and all this shit. I don't care. Hit the ball like you hit in the second half of last season. All will be forgiven. And for me, I'll have always been in your corner. And instead, Eloy, you shit on me too. You said, fuck this guy. I'm gonna do the bare minimum. You didn't have 35 pieces of flair. You had 18, you son of a bitch. You got to be better.
Treasy, I hear you, because there is a lot of Eloy hate on the internet, just in general. But it's mostly related to the injuries, right? But for us, it feels more, we're heartbroken that Eloy's not producing as much as he should. I'm not even mad at him necessarily.
I love Eloy.
Yeah, I just
want him to hit it in the air.
Can't you be better than this? You should be better than this. Like, what the fuck? It's like a kid that's, you're like, they're doing bad, they have bad grades. And it's like, you know that kid's smart. What is wrong with you? And that's how I feel about Eloy right now. You're smart, Eloy. Hit the ball in the air. Hit fucking home runs. Like, get us 30 home runs. What's wrong with you?
Like, if he had,
stop
like,
guessing, motherfucker.
If he like, you're playing on the West Coast. If he had like a bunch of fly balls that were like right against the wall, it would have been home runs in guaranteed rate. I'd be out there in the streets going like, yeah, I know it's 18, but it should be 28. It should be 28. We're just, we're just bad luck. But 53% ground balls.
It's not bad luck.
I'm sad. I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Love it.
Yeah, it's
poor fucking us, man. That was a horrible list of 5.
He didn't even play right
terrible.
field the whole year. If he played right field the whole year, we could yell at him or something, and he threw us some balls. Maybe
coach him up, or inspire him a little bit. Yeah, absolutely.
Could have been like the Ian Happ throwing the guys $100 and was like, "Hey, go get 3 beers on me."
See what it is? He wants money from.
Don't worry, everyone. We've got some craziness after the break. But MSS, why don't you pay some bills, my friend?
Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm gonna get there though. We're getting there. Oh, why was I not ready? This is some crap. This is gotta be really fun for people.
You're doing a good job.
Listen,
You're doing the best.
I'm not doing
I'm proud
a good
of you.
job. It's September, and that can only mean one thing. The opportunity to hit up Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp pre or post game is ending soon. The temps are cooling off, and that makes for great dining on their all-new patio. They even have sunshades that will protect Teresa's little baby hands from the silverware. In addition to the best fried seafood in Chicago, you can also get a nice cool drink to enjoy while you feast. Choose from canned or fountain pop, assorted Calypso lemonades, and all the different adult beverages you can shake a stick at. Miller Lite, Heineken, Corona, Modelo, Mango, Sour, Diesel, canned margaritas, and White Claws. So take advantage of this great weather while you can. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp have 4 locations, 2120 South Canal Street and 3242 West 87th Street in Chicago, 50 South Mannheim Road in Hillside, and 3248 Vollmer Road in Olympia Fields. Visit them online at lawrencesfishandshrimp.com to see their menus and to place an order. Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp, Chicago's favorite shrimp house since 1950. Oh, you did the same thing. I was going to do the same thing. You're so smart.
MSS, go then. If you're
ready.
Right.
And speaking of Lawrence's Fish and Shrimp, come out to Lot B this Saturday around 3-ish. And we are going to have some bourbon from the Chicago Sports Bums. They're going to be there with their bourbons. And we're going to have some beers. We're going to have some seltzers. We're going to have some shrimp. We're going to have some fries. We're going to have some fish chips. We're going to have chicken. We're going to have all that shit. But you might want to get there early. Because when that shit ain't fucking piping hot, I mean, it still tastes good.
It's delicious. I'll eat it anytime.
Doesn't taste as good as it would if you got there. So get there early, get there often.
I'd say get there early because we're gonna crush all that.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to take.
Question.
I don't know how you guys feel, but I don't want to take any beer home. I don't want to bring anything back to anybody's house.
Yeah, everyone
I don't want to
eat everything.
Don't need to do that.
I mean, we could take some shrimp in the ballpark. I mean, you never know.
I mean,
if there's any left over, we could.
I'll fill my pockets with bags. It. Like Napoleon Dynamite.
Like that broad at the Chiefs game when she pulled out that baked potato right out of her pants. You're just going to pull out a big old fish chip. And just like, here we go. All right. But, yeah, no, come through Saturday around 3 o'clock. Find us in Lot B. Mike Turnipseed's going to be there. And
yes.
Yeah, Mike Turnipseed.
That's awesome.
Texted me at 5:15 this morning and asked me what day the tailgate was because, we needed to know that. And I think Artie's going to be there, too. And I don't know if that's under wraps or not under wraps.
No, he's been talking about it on the internet.
Yeah, he's been talking it up.
Artie's going to be there, too. So that's...
He needs like all these special things too. Like he's kind of like I'm watching him on watching him out there on Twitter. It's like, Artie, just show up, all right? Don't worry about all this other bullshit. Show up, eat some shrimp, have some drinks, everyone, and just play it cool, man. You don't gotta have 17 things set up afterwards. Just fucking get your ass there, and that's it. Enjoy yourself.
There's only like one place to go afterwards, and it's Cork, so it doesn't even really matter. So,
whoa!
I mean, it can go anywhere in the city if you want to,
but
obviously. But
all right, so
before we move on, I have a question for My Sock Summer, bro. Why are you so not ready to play the commercial, man? You didn't have anything else to do. Just fucking get on the commercial in this. When he says go, just press the button, bro. Come on, what's up?
Not paying attention, man. I'm slacking. You know what?
I was trying to take a piss covertly, and then I got caught because I turned my camera off.
Dude, he's doing research for future MSS story time. It's not MSS story time tonight. Instead, we're bringing back this is my favorite last segment because this is a free for all. This is last call.
Fuck yeah, baby, love it.
All right, last call. I'm going last. So. MSS, I want you to go first. Get us off and rolling.
Mine's probably like the lamest one out of the three, but it's also probably one of the funnier ones. The thing, I was high as balls on Wednesday. I was on Tuesday when we went to the game, and you guys weren't there. And I'm sitting with Bruhan Luke. I'm sitting with Wally and Gabe, and then another girl. And we're sitting there, and one of the funniest things that happens while we're high, Wally takes Bruhan Luke's bobblehead.
Wait, while we're high or while you're high?
I'm high. Oh,
okay. You're high. Okay, got it.
I'm nice and high.
Well, I didn't know if everyone got high. If it was like a range thing, because you said we're high. I thought, maybe this has to do with the story. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was high. So anyway, Wally takes Bruhan Luke's Mark Burley tarp slide bobblehead and puts it in the row directly behind him to the right. Like, so you could see it. It's in full visual. I don't know if Bruhan Luke is blind, but he comes down and he can't find it. And it is a good 3 to 4 innings of him like going, all right, which one of you guys took my bobblehead? And he just like, if he just would have turned around and looked at the ground, he would have found it. And he didn't. So I don't know. Maybe Bruhan Luke was fine too. I don't know. Okay. A side note.
Did he have the Bill Walton jersey on?
He did not.
You know what this made me realize? It made me realize that Bruhan Luke, when he went to the Easter egg hunts when he was a little kid, he never won. Because you got to be able to see the thing that's kind of right in front of you to win the Easter egg hunts. Yeah, you can't. Right. What the fuck? Those are the easy ones. And you know, that's how you get over on the Easter egg.
You know, we need to get him one of those posters from Mallrats with where you got to see the
schooner.
Yeah, motherfucker, I'll never see it. Never see it. We got to drink here. We got to drink here.
Jerry O'Sullivan, you son of a bitch, you shut your mouth, okay? You shut your mouth. She did not go to my.
Don't tell Jerry to shut his mouth. Jerry can say whatever. Jerry, just like Just like Karen in Goodfellas could do whatever she wants, or Janice or whatever.
Yeah, bring it back.
Janice,
yes.
Southside Bum, he says, bring some shrimp to throw instead of the Uncrustables if there's any left over.
That's a good idea.
Throw them right in my mouth.
That is not a good idea. People enjoy the Uncrustables. They think it's fun. Lawrence's shrimp would cause a fucking riot. People would be fist fighting.
Man, woman,
they jump over the moat to get into 108 and get that
Oh
shit.
my God.
It's true.
People would jump from the upper deck down to get a Lawrence's shrimp.
You're 100% right, my friend.
After the 4 innings of Luke looking for his thing, Luke has told me that the girl's name is Amanda, and Amanda gave it to him because she thought Luke was going to have an aneurysm, so he got his thing back. Now, while this is all going on, I am still high. And Gabe is doing his
Shocking you're high.
Shockingly.
It lasted 2 innings. It was crazy.
At least. Gabe is doing Michael Buffer impersonations and is like doing the things. Gabe thinks I weigh 308 pounds. He's a dick.
Not that far off. Good estimate.
We'll weigh him soon.
Motherfucking guy.
I was going to say, next week we'll find out.
Now, while we're sitting there, and Gabe is talking about something, I don't know what comes up, but I was talking about how he was watching the Wrestler documentary on Netflix. And he turns around to me and goes, do you watch wrestling? And I say, I don't, but I really, really enjoy watching documentaries about wrestling, like any reality thing about, like just anything, mostly documentaries, any shows like this show.
Yeah, the backstory about the people you like.
I love all that stuff. I love watching every single one of that things. And that would be my little last call. My question to you guys, is there something that you like enjoy? Like I enjoy watching this documentary about somebody and wrestlers. I watch everything. But I don't exactly like the product that they put out. Like, I would say, like, you know, like the Foo Fighters. I think the Foo Fighters are fine people. I think their music sucks monkey balls.
MSS,
so, like,
as you were,
you know, it's like something like that.
As you were saying that, like, I immediately thought of something similar for myself. Remember Behind the Music? Remember the Behind the Music show? Where there's documentaries on all these musicians? And, like, half the time, I did not like the musicians. I didn't give a shit about their music. I was always very interested in the crazy, like the what is it, Leif Garrett? Like that's like one of the most famous behind the musics that they did, and it's like I couldn't tell you one fucking song that guy did. Like I have no idea. But like I'm very invested in the show. It's very good. The other one is and Beef, I don't want to take yours, but maybe we'll share this one. Storage Wars. I don't give a shit about this flea market bullshit that they're buying and selling. But like I would never go do that. I would never be a buyer of any of their shit. And I watch it and I'm just like, I'm totally invested here. I'm like I can't turn away from this. I need to know. When they go to the commercial break, they open the box and then they go to commercial break. I'm like, I'll sit through 16 hours of commercials for this
to get there. What do they have? It's a pair of headphones.
Yeah,
I was thinking in that vein too. Like, as more like reality TV. Like, we just started the 5th season of Love Is Blind, and I love watching that show. But I would never subject myself to some shit like that. Like, so, like, I would never want to do the actual thing. But watching other people do it is like crazy, terrifying, and really interesting to me. So.
Yeah. And Beef, I know you pretty well. You don't give a shit about people's personal relationships either. Like you just like
in general, I do not. No, I'm not.
Like, I'm not no idea. Like what's going on with anybody? You're just like I don't know. The fuck.
I'm not a gossip. Right. I don't give a fuck. People tell me stuff, fine, but I don't inquire. Like I don't need to know a lot of details about you, or you know. We could be friendly without all that shit. You're right. I don't delve into all that. But in some of these reality shows, I'd be interested. I'm not a gossip like My Sock Summer or Aloha Mr. Hand. They're big gossips. Me, I don't give a fuck. Teresa, you hit the nail on the head. I don't give a fuck at all. Like people will come sit and I'm happy to talk to you about whatever. But you know, I don't really. I'm not digging in. I don't. You tell me something if you want to. Otherwise, I don't.
I love this.
Mrs. B, big gossip. Me, I don't care. She'll ask me. She'll like, did you ask this person about this? I'm like, no, I don't care. She's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know. It's not into
I'm gonna have to quote Swingers. You don't care about it, but you get the shit for free. Like that's what happens. Like you're like,
tell me,
I don't even want to know, but then you hear all the inside information, you get all the shit. So like it's kind of like I think get it, but whatever.
Jerry nailed it. Here for you, MSS. I enjoy this podcast, but I hate watching the White Sox.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It was good.
Mr. Hand over here says, what? Yes, motherfucker, you're a gossip. Just like my Sox Summer. You two guys for sure, and another certain guy we sit with. We'll get to him later. Don't worry about it.
Beef.
Jesus.
What's your last call, buddy?
My last call, because he's hot and he's in the news, and I'm a huge fan. I've always been a huge fan of Coach Prime. Deion Sanders. I've loved Deion Sanders forever. I've also, really shoved it in people's faces. I think Deion Sanders is a better two-sport athlete than Bo. A lot of you are insane. Whoa. Bo didn't have a long enough career. Yes, he was a great athlete and everything, but not as accomplished as Deion Sanders. So tonight, 5 questions I got for you guys. Coach Prime trivia. Are you guys ready for this shit?
Let's do it.
All right, the first question is a true or false for you guys. Treasy, I'll let you go first, and we're playing for absolutely nothing, so it doesn't matter. True or false? Deion Sanders once led Major League Baseball in triples for an entire season.
That is true. I know that is true.
Mike Sox Summer, what do you think?
I'm going to say also true.
Absolutely true. In 1992, Deion Sanders had 14 triples. Mind you, Deion Sanders didn't always play the whole season. He was also playing NFL football kind of at the end of these years. So, very impressive. Question number 2. This is an over-under, and my Sox Summer, you'll get to go first.
Okay.
Deion Sanders had 1,000 minor league plate appearances. Over or under 1,000 minor league plate appearances?
Under.
Under. What do you think about that, Treasy?
Yeah, I'm going under. I feel like he barely played in the minors.
I don't think he played in the minors.
Okay, so the answer is over. And you guys are kind of right, because early in his career, he did not play a lot in the minors. However, at the end, he decided to hang on, and he racked up like 350 plate appearances at the end, so he shot over. He ended up with 1,125 plate appearances in the minor leagues, which surprised me.
He got us.
Well, Deion got you, because for whatever reason.
Me and MSS were here, but you tricked us. You tricked us, Beef.
Yeah. You locked in. All right, this is going to be a closest to the pin. Okay, you're going to guess a number. Whoever's closer out of the two of you is going to be the winner.
69.
Closest to the pin, college plus pro. How many interceptions did Deion Sanders have? Treasy E, you go first.
$34.
Okay, my Sox Summer.
42.
My Sox Summer is the winner. Actually, your 69 guess would have been really fucking close.
Really?
Deion Sanders had 67 career interceptions as a pro and in college. 53 as a professional. 14 at Florida State. So very good.
That is so
my
many
Sox Summer won that one.
That's a lot of.
That's a lot of interceptions for a guy who no one threw at.
Beef, yeah, that's why I went low, because I felt like the second half of his career you wouldn't even throw at him.
Yes.
because he has like his touchdowns go from like he has like some defensive touchdowns and they kind of go away, and then like all of his touchdowns are like kick returns after a certain point, and it's just like because no one fucking threw at him.
They stopped throwing at him. Yeah,
I was gonna guess 72. And then that motherfucker, your brother, guessed 34, and I was like, well, that sounds like a really stupid answer now. So
he
I'll
anchored
go
you.
higher,
Yeah.
But I'm going to go, because I'm like, I'll get close.
You $1'd me.
a little bit,
Kinda.
but it's smart. It's smart.
Or 501,
Listen.
I should say. Yeah.
Listen,
My
the only
Sox
reason
Summer
I
is
survive
ahead, though,
in
2-1.
The only reason I survive in these things
Whoa.
is because I can play the odds.
How's he had 2-1?
You only have one answer, so you guys both got the first one right. You both got the second one wrong.
Wrong.
And then he was closest to the pin on this one, so he's got 2
I got
right.
this
And you have
one.
1 right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right.
Shut the fuck
Next next up, also closest to the pin here. So we already determined that Deion Sanders had 67 total college plus professional interceptions. How many of those interceptions did he return for touchdowns? My Sox Summer, you go first.
Say 24.
Chorizo.
I'm gonna say 23.
He $1 you. There is 12 touchdown returns on interceptions for Deion Sanders. 9 as a professional, 3 at Florida State. Teresi, you're right. His year in San Francisco, he had 5 interceptions. He ran back 3 of those motherfuckers for touchdowns and over 300 yards in returns on interceptions alone. And then you see his interception total start dwindling. So he was kind of a bit off there. But, yeah, impressive. HBIC nailed it right on the button. He got 12. Absolutely got it perfectly.
He's good.
Last one. And we are deadlocked right now. So this will be the deciding factor. And Teresi will go first. This is a multiple choice question. In 1994, Deion Sanders released an album on Hammer's Busted Records. The name of that album was, and it's a multiple choice. There's 3 answers here. The first answer could be is Time of the Prime. Second answer, Must Be the Money. Third answer, Prime Time. So I'll repeat those again. Time of the Prime, Must Be the Money, Prime Time. Teresi, what do you think?
I'm going to go for the obvious and see if MSS gets it. Let's say I'm wrong. I'm going to hope MSS is wrong about his choice. I'm going to go with Prime Time.
Okay. My Sock Summer.
I'm going to go Must Be the Money.
The hit single was Must Be the Money, but the name of the album was actually Prime Time. Teresi is correct, and Teresi, you're the winner of this competition.
I should have fucking just skunked them and just went for the same one, and then we have to go to the next question.
What a huge win! What a huge win for me. I'm very proud of myself. And to celebrate, I'm gonna go.
All right,
so
let's see it.
Beautiful.
So I know you guys love my music stuff. Like, you always want to talk music with me.
Oh,
yeah. And so I came up with a little thing that I thought would combine me wanting to talk about music with you guys wanting to be horny. And so I looked up on the Wikipedia from the 1980s to the early 2000s the list of the worst songs released. And my question to you guys is, I'm going to frame this up. You're in the midst of lovemaking. You have the radio on.
Yeah.
These songs come on. Can you continue? And can you continue without laughing? So I'm going to go through this list. There's about 8 or 9 of these. And I'm going to ask you guys, you're in that situation. And from Phil Collins in 1985, Susudio comes on. Beefloaf, how are you reacting to that?
I think I can keep going during that because it's kind of it's a mellower song. It's got a little upbeats to it, but it's not something that's really going to throw off your rhythm too much. It'll stay in the background enough that I think you can trudge on. You can enjoy yourself continuously without.
MSS?
100%. You're fucking right through that. It's like, lately you've been on my mind, because you got me all the time.
Now would you start singing during it?
So now, now I know. Now I know that this is happening for MSS.
In my head, I would definitely do that, and you just be like, yeah.
All right.
He fucked
Same
it up.
year.
The hips.
That was when he was a substitute
going.
teacher, Teresi.
Same year.
I wasn't fucking to Phil Collins when I was a substitute teacher. I don't understand that.
Same year, 1985.
Okay.
Starship releases We Built This City. MSS, can you continue to build your city while they're building theirs?
Yeah. I'm just like the quick right from the hip there. Yeah. No, I could do that because it's not that like distracting. I think I could do it. I mean, listen. I might have already done it. I don't even know. When we had like small town radio stations and it was all classic rock. I mean, we weren't listening to CDs while we were doing it because we didn't have a lot of D batteries. So yeah, I don't know. I probably can do that.
Beef.
I don't know, Teresa. I think it would take a lot of focus to make sure that I keep going during, because it's such a down. Like, I don't want to listen to this. I don't want this
terrible
right
song.
now. It's a really bad song. It's a distraction. It becomes a distraction.
It's not great, but
My Sock Summer, I don't know. I don't know if I'd. Yeah, it doesn't keep the mood well. I don't think so. I think I'm hurrying up to finish. As I hear the first chords, first couple notes, I'm hurrying up so I can get done because I don't want to do it during this song.
All right. Next up, Beef, you're first.
Okay.
1988, Bobby McFerrin. Don't Worry, Be Happy. I know you're a big Robin Williams fan, so maybe you're going.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's such a fun, playful song. I'm pulling it out and doing magic tricks, man. We're messing around now. We're almost like we're having a party with this song, you know?
Check out my watch.
I'm breaking rhythm, but we're gonna try some different things while Bobby's because he's doing the whole song. He's doing everything. All the music is just his voice and all that shit. Yeah, you gotta break it up. You gotta try something special during that.
That's definitely something that will come up in conversation at that point because I'm like, all right, listen, it's like I can't. Like when he starts doing the bebops with the mouth stuff.
The whistling.
Yeah, no.
That's what Tim Myers says. Beef Swiss. I don't know that I'm singing along, but I am performing along with the song. All right, Tim? I'm not sure I'm going to sing along, but I'll perform along with the song.
I would take Starship over Bobby McFerrin any fucking day. I don't think I could. I mean, I don't know if I would stop. I mean, I'm younger, right? Like, we're talking in the 80s. Well, not the 80s. Because I was 6 when this was popular. But
when we hear it, it's not the 80s for this.
If I'm younger and it's been a while, maybe I could fuck right through it. But it's just like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm giving you the release years, not the release years.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but yeah, no, it's definitely coming up in conversation. Like, I don't know about this.
All right.
A little much.
Are you like in the middle of it? What do you think of Bobby McFerrin?
You're like, yo, hold on, I'll be right back.
He goes to turn it up.
Pantera. Put on some Pantera or something. Jesus.
He's like, well, this is Bobby McFerrin. This is all for me. All right, so the next one up, and MSS, you're up first, just by happenstance, but
yeah.
I think I know your answer to this from an earlier conversation.
Okay.
But this is 1990. Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby.
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, you're getting down, baby. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Good bass line, all that shit. Yep. Not even gonna be. There's no hiccup there whatsoever, and you're just like fuck yes, and then you just boom right back in. Yep.
I kind of agree with MSS, but I also like there's such a temptation to start singing along with the song, and that really can break the mood. I'll be honest with you. MSS, you might be into it, but she might not be into it if you start singing along. And if you do even a little bit of the dance moves, I think it's over. She's going to push you off. I think you're not.
Beef, you doing these? You doing these today?
I don't even know the dance moves.
If MSS starts singing and doing that shit, no, they're pushing back. That's why you got to be careful in a song like that. It's catchy. You don't want to start while you're going. You want to start singing along because it pops on, and then that's going to bust the mood up, man.
Yeah, or bust the nut. You never know.
So, speaking of catchy, this is going to test you in 100 different ways, guys. So the next one,
100 different ways,
is a 1992. It's from a very proud father, Billy Ray Cyrus, doing "Achy Breaky Heart."
Oh God,
Beef, how you holding up to "Achy Breaky Heart"?
I'm good because it's ignorable enough. It feels like background music to me. So like I wouldn't care about it at all. It's not bad enough where it would bother me, and it's not good enough where I give a shit. So I think I would just be fine. It would just be like another song that I don't care about on the radio, and boom, I keep going.
MSS?
I don't know, man. This is.
Are you thinking about Miley? You thinking about Miley when this happens?
No, you didn't know. You don't know who she is at that point.
Well, no. That song came out in 92. This is current day. You're listening to this.
I thought we were envisioning ourselves somewhere in between now and then.
Something,
you know?
Yeah, whenever you want, but you know about Miley.
You see what he did to us there, MSS?
Yeah, but Hannah Montana Miley was like.
No, I'm not giving you creep vibes.
No, I understand, but
we don't need another Subway mention.
I don't think. You know what? Because I think because of the age. Actually, I disagree here. Because of the age we are, we're gonna think of Billy Ray because we know the song. We know him
mullet,
first.
baby.
The mullet and all that shit. So we're not. Our brains aren't going to go there instantly because of our age. Now, a younger person maybe it would in that situation, but I don't think that would. Nah, that's not going to register.
Yeah, no,
for us.
It's along the same veins as the Bobby McFerrin. Like I need to skip this song. Like I don't want to listen to this. And I'm sure,
all right, well,
like,
next
present day fuck buddy, my wife would enjoy it and probably like it because she's a big country person. But I don't think I could keep it for that.
Next one up, though, I think this will test you in a different way, MSS. Yeah. And you won't skip this one. This is 1997. We're skipping ahead a little bit.
Getting closer.
This is Aqua's Barbie Girl.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Wow!
No, it's not a problem.
He's down. He's down. He loves it.
I mean, if the girl's into it, like all the better. And they were probably way into it, like when that song was hitting it, and I was hitting it in like 97. 97, I'm 2 years. I mean, I got an apartment in 1997 in DeKalb, Illinois. I'm doing the nasty. Blue comes on, it's happening. Like, it don't even matter. I don't even give a shit. I don't give two shits.
I didn't say Blue. I said Barbie Girl.
Oh, Barbie, whatever. What's the name of the band, though? The band's Blue, right?
Aqua.
Whatever. Aqua.
No, Blue is a different song. It was unbelievably not on this list.
Yeah. No. But so yeah, no problem. No problem.
Beef.
Yeah, no, I'm taking a lap. No, I'm going to get another drink. I'm out on this one. We're going to stop for a little bit. Yeah, we're going to.
This is the one. This is the one on the list where I was
take
like,
a little break. Let's rehydrate right now.
Oh, like how do you this? This is definitely an interrupting song. This is just.
It's too much. Yeah, I can't.
It's like someone's phone going off during it. Like it's just like. All right, now. Beef, I know the answer for MSS already, but I'm going to start with you on this one because I think it's. I don't know how you're going to feel about this one. We're going to 1999, and it's Limp Bizkit's Nookie.
Oh God!
No, don't come, My Sock Summer. Let Beef answer.
Yeah, I think that's fine. It's got a level of aggression to it, but not so aggressive that it's going to push you out of the mood there. I think it's fine. Yeah, I could continue on for sure. I'm probably not going to be busting my best nut like My Sock Summer is, but it'll be fine. It'll be enjoyable.
MSS,
do you even
lay it on
ask me?
No, I want to know. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
I mean, come on. It's not even gonna. If I can fuck to Barbie Girl, I can fuck to that. I'm fine. I can do that.
Well, the next one up is a you would think a very fuckable song, but I want to know if it throws you off your game. And that is in 2000. We're into the 2000s now.
Okay.
Cisco's Thong Song.
Yeah, I don't think I got a problem with that either. Like. Because the down. Yeah, no, I'm
Can you
fine.
keep with the rhythm? You good?
I don't know about that, especially if it's. I mean, depending on the time period, right? Like, how much am I smoking? Am I drunk? Like, I don't know. Maybe I can't keep up, but like, I'm definitely not like. I'm not stopping. I'm not like, oh, I got to change this because Cisco's a little weird guy. No, fuck that. I can. I'm good with the song. Good with all that. I don't know. Yeah.
Put on some Cisco Thong Song.
I was gonna say, Treasy, if the song's good enough for Frank Ricard, it's good enough for me. Okay, I'm totally in there. I'm absolutely fine. I like that. My Sock Summer went through the fact that he's a little weird guy because he was in Drew Hill, right? So like that's like yeah. Okay, I'm thinking of the same guy. All right, yeah. Okay, so you visualize him.
Head.
Yes. Okay, so you visualize
Silver
him
hair.
when the song comes on. Man.
Oh, yeah.
You got quite a fantasy. Right?
Yeah,
Maloney says if you can't fuck the Cisco, you don't deserve to be fucking.
That's a little far-fetched.
Good. No,
that's a little far-fetched.
I'm going to agree. I'm going to agree with that. Like, I'm going to.
I mean, it's fine, but it's
not Bobby McFerrin.
It's not like you're choosing like Jodeci or something like that. This is a little different. Okay.
That's true.
I'm with you there. All right. Beef, you're up last on the last one. You're up first on the last one, I should say. This is also in 2000. This is from the Baha Men. Who Let the Dogs Out? Kenya Bone to Who Let the Dogs Out?
I think so, but it's. I won't get so excited. It's gonna be premature ejaculation. Like it's gonna be. I'm sorry, but let's finish listening to this song. I think that's where we're going with this one because I'll get hyped up as hell, man, for this shit. But I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry, I'm done. But let's crank this up a little bit. Let me go to the stereo and crank this up a little bit.
I'll give you hand pleasure while we listen to the rest of the song.
While we listen to it to finish you off,
I'll finish you off with my 3 fingers. Don't you worry about it.
we've just woo, woo, woo.
That's Shreezy, that was just what I was gonna say. That's gonna be the hardest part not to talk along with, because you're just gonna be like woo, 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 woo. You know, like like that's no. I mean, it would be a sing-along marathon. I think, yeah, if that comes on in the midst of coitus, not good. It's probably not good in my world. It's not something that needs to be on the radio at that point. So I don't think it would kill the bone necessarily, but it definitely would make me have to be like, we need to take a break. Let me go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Speaking of drinks, let's get a drink here from Yump. This is
Thanks,
back
Yump.
this is back from the Barbie girl section. He says Freudian slip with blue there.
I guess.
Cheers.
I'm blue. I'm a demon. I'm burning. Yep.
All right, that's all I had for you guys there. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm proud of you guys. For the amount of things that you could get through. Like I don't have that in me. I think I would have said no to like 90% of these. And you guys are out there just plowing away like Amish farmers. I appreciate that.
It's like you must get sex all the time. You can just turn it down. You know, you're just like, hey, I gotta hear a song I don't necessarily like. I'm not gonna fuck to that. Man, must be nice to have standards. Okay.
All right, it is time for our thank yous or GFYs. MSS, I'm gonna start with you, buddy. Who are you thinking are GFYing?
I got a nice little list here to thank yous. Big thank you, even though it hasn't happened yet, to the Bumps for hosting on Saturday, not having to worry about getting tables out there, not having to worry about having 17 fucking coolers to put this beer that I bought in. All that stuff is very nice. I will buy ice. Don't worry about it. Also, thank you, Lawrence's, who is our sponsor. Yay. Advertiser. Yay. For bringing the food over, piping hot. Be ready to eat. It's going to be good times. Also, last thank you to the mid-show for shouting us out immediately in the Today's Show when they talked about how the weird disparity of White Sox podcasts to like everything else. Like there's so many White Sox podcasts and no one talks about it. And White Sox Save goes, the 108 guys talk about it all the time. They talk about every time there's a loss. There's a podcast that goes away and it goes into 10 minutes. So if you don't normally listen to the mid show, I think you can catch it on YouTube. I listen to it on Amazon. Go check it out. Just listen to the first 10 minutes. It's fucking funny because they're like looking at our world in like a very weird way, or looking at it as the very weird world that we live in and are in, because they are correct. There's like 10-1 Sox to Cub podcasts, and it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense why there's so many White Sox.
Oh, it makes sense.
No, it makes total sense.
Kind of.
It makes total sense. And like, I think that's weird that they don't get it. That there is no national coverage. There's no even local coverage of the White Sox. It's so limited. It's all Cubs. It's all the time. Anything that you talk about on the radio, on TV. It's always Cubs. And so that left a wide opening.
There's a void
for all of these White Sox podcasts to exist, and for people to want to consume that instead of listening to like an hour of someone talk about everybody else and then go, and by the way, the White Sox lost tonight.
Yeah, I mean that's true. It would wonder though, and this is what I don't understand though too, because we do it as a passion thing. It's something, and they mentioned that they're like, these guys aren't even getting paid. I'm not talking about us. We definitely get paid. Clearly, look at us. But like, there's a lot of these guys that are just like passion projects that they go down and they just have to yell about themselves or yell about the Sox like into a mic in their basement. And it's like, well, why don't Cubs fans want to do that too? Like, I don't get it. Like, are you just filled with like this bullshit coverage? And you're like, oh, that's fine. I don't need to do nothing. You know what I mean? Like,
White Sox Dave brought it up. White Sox Dave brought it up. He said White Sox fans are just like into it more. They're like looking up random stats and shit, or they want to know things about players, and they're just way into it. even though we're a smaller group, we're kind of weighing into it more. So I think it makes sense. But yeah, go check out that mid show. It's kind of funny, and they speak well about Sox Twitter. Actually, they speak well of it being more of a community, which is kind of cool. So,
Beef, who you thinking or GFYing?
I got 2 thank yous. Number one, I'm going to thank our man Jeff Passon, who was on Jared Carabas's live stream today and wore the Wave Sucks hoodie, which we gave him. So a lot of nice promotion for us. A lot of people were hitting us on Twitter. Hey, boys, Passon's wearing the thing and all this stuff. So that was cool of Jeff. And I also want to thank our guy Yumper for creating a movie podcast that I could actually come on and contribute. Treasy's a big movie guy. I'm less so. But he invited Treasy and I on the Yumpers Vo at the show podcast to talk gambling movies, and we had a great time. So check their Twitter feed, check their YouTube channel.
Fun.
That one was really good. We did 9 movies. We talked about 9 movies. We got in kind of deep there. It was a lot of fun. A lot of great details about it. We talked a lot about the gambling side, but also then just the aspects of the movie. I think a lot of people would like these movies, and there are probably some movies in there that you haven't seen, especially one of Treasy's picks, Easy Money, which is a great comedy that also marries gambling in there. So those are my 2.
I almost drove down to the temporary casino to get a couple bets in after doing that, because it was just that it got me so amped up for it. It's like when you watch Swingers and you're just like, I need to go out to the bar. I need to go out.
I thought you got to go to Vegas.
I got to call the guys. We got to go to the bar, right? Like you can't watch Swingers and not feel that.
But yeah, Sega Genesis.
It was a lot of fun. Well, anytime you want, MSS.
NHL hockey, 95.
We'll do the mod. We'll sit
Fighting
here and play
and the
modded out Genesis games. All right,
I'm in.
I'm last up. We're gonna finish it here, but I do want to send a huge thank you out to our our guy Tommy Saldana. He hooked us up for the Hops Oktoberfest party. Some of our loyal listeners, followers were able to go to this with us for free. It was a day of free beer and food for those who got it for free. But for those who didn't, the $45 was minuscule in comparison to the amount that was drank and eaten that day.
Beautiful.
It was fantastic. There were taps on both sides of the yard.
VFW.
And so this is at the VFW. It's in their backyard. There were taps just all along the side. A lot were homebrew. There was also some craft brews up there. It was fantastic. I mean, like every beer you tried was great, and like there was also some beers there that, man, they like we were getting into high percentages. All right, man. So like it was
God bless.
It was really good. It was really good, and our guy Tommy he put together a beer called the Drunk Uncle. And man, it did not disappoint. It was beautiful. We got to get some more of that out there. I can't wait to.
What kind of beer was it? What style?
I'll have to get back to you on that MSS. But it was a darker one. But it had like a banana taste in there. Like it was really good, man. It was really fantastic. Shigerian Prince will tell you what it is. He probably knows these beers better than I do. He was there. But yeah, and then just a great atmosphere, people having a great time. It was very cool, and I hope we do this just every year with them, because it was fantastic. And I hope next year, Beef, you don't have COVID.
Yeah, and you can come. I can actually come.
And MSS, I hope you're feeling good too
that
next
I'm
year
not
for it,
sick
because
as
I think you'll love it. They had cordials there, so you'd have something to drink, because I know you don't drink beer anymore.
I drink beer when I need to. I would have drank Tommy's breakfast stout that he made, and
that was awesome.
Because when he says this, and he's told me he's brewed this before, and I've never gotten to taste it. It just sucks. Boom.
It was awesome. You pour it out, and you're like, wow, this looks like motor oil. Like it's dark and it's not high ABV, and it's not thick. Like it's just like this light, beautiful breakfast stout, and you're just like, God damn, I could drink 100 of these.
I mean, I know you're not trying to make me jealous, but you always make me jealous. So yeah,
I'm sorry about that.
FOMO.
But it was a great time, and like I said, I hope we get to do it more, and I hope we see Tommy this weekend at the park. I hope he comes out to the tailgate, and with that, I hope all of you come out to the tailgate on Saturday And I hope we see you there. If we don't, Friday and Sunday we'll be there too. So just come to the section. We'll hang out
early.
Would love to see you. It's the end of the season. It's going to be the last time you see us for a little while.
Yeah.
But we'll tell you about that soon. Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.